Hi, everybody. Welcome to the first Sagas playtest on this channel. There have been some others, but this is the first one that I will be hosting. And I could not be more excited to welcome a couple of people from the Play Dicely channel over to help me test out this system. Who are all of you? Let's start with Christy. Who are you? What do you do?
Hello, my name's Christy. You can find me on Playtesting. That's pretty much all I do online lately because I get tired by the internet. Um, so yeah, you can come join us there. We play a lot of awesome D&D and D and some other fun streams. Yeah, that's it.
What about you, Dallas?
Hi, I'm Dallas. I also play on the Play Dicely YouTube channel, Twitch channel, and I'm also a voice actor. You can find me on Twitter at Dallasor, Dallas McKenzie. I do some games and stuff.
And what about you, Anthony?
Hi, I'm also on Play Dicely. Wow, weird how we all just
Huh?
ended up here.
Oh my god. I
Who
thought
knows?
you
Never
looked
seen you
familiar.
Yeah.
Even making
Right,
the
I usually have
same
a different
jokes.
face.
Jeez.
But I'm also a professional dungeon master, so you can also find me on Twitter at Anthony the DM or check out my Fiverr page, fiverr.com/Anthony the DM.
Excellent. I am super happy to have you all here. We are going to half ignore the little audience that we have right now. That is probably just those of us that are already streaming. And we are going to jump right in to the world of the bearers. This is a world of bearers. Magic is a powerful force taken from strange obelisks that appear across the continent. Those that have unlocked these magics can no longer touch these obelisks or even fragments of them. The result is excruciating pain, followed quickly by madness. Instead, traveling mages hire node bearers to carry these fragments for them. Without the fragments or nodes, they cannot use their magic. Our story follows a party of node harvesters, which is a very important and very dangerous job. They are experienced at finding these obelisks and mining them for potent fragments of magic. They have harvested them underwater, in a poisonous rainforest, Arctic tundra. Every time there have been dangerous monsters protecting it, as if the obelisk has some control over their minds. Their most recent information has pointed to the Dire Fields, a desert plagued by near-constant lightning storms. Fortunately, millions of lightning strikes in the sand have caused the desert to form countless twisted glass spires that act as lightning rods. Walking along the sandy surface is relatively safe thanks to these terrifying and beautiful natural formations. But what lies at the center? What dangers does this new obelisk pose? The trust between our heroes will be tested as an ad plays in the background. as they venture deeper into this unknown. We pick up as the sand blows across your faces, the sky darkened with storm clouds, lightning strikes hitting the spires right next to you.
Eek!
That's cool.
We'll start with Thudrick. What do you look like as you shield yourself from this constant sandstorm?
So Cedric is just this big guy, and he's not like part giant or anything. He's just a really big dude. He's like 6'10". He's just like really like wide. He's normally has a kind of like a rope kind of makeshift sling around his back in which he carries a giant rock. But he currently has his rock out in front of him, and he's kind of trying to use that to shield his face from the sand. Um, I think probably Senior's close by behind me.
And what
Trying
does
to make
Senior
sure that
look
we-
like?
Senior's a little creature that's really fucked up. I've got a big mouth of jagged, rancid teeth, bug eyes that are popping out of my head, one little hair that I'm very proud of coming out of the top of my head. I'm wearing kind of a Elizabethan collar around my neck because I'm fancy. I do have wings, but they look like maybe they should have fallen off a long time ago, and they don't seem like they do anything. But I have a really long, spiny tail that's kind of wrapped around Thudrick's neck, and I'm crouched behind his head.
Senior, am I protecting you from the sand too?
Just a little bit higher to the left, thank you.
Alright. Yeah, I gotcha.
Very good.
And Victor, taking up the rear as you watch Senior's collar and wings just both fluttering madly in this wind. What do you look like?
Victor has a scarf wrapped around his lower half of his face. His kind of what's the word for dirty blonde hair is just kind of blowing in the wind. He's just letting that happen, but he also has like sand goggles on around his face right now to help keep some sand out of his eyes. But as like his scarf like gets blown slightly down, you see he has a kind of a squarish jaw, clean shaven, kind of a scar like across the upper half of his face here. And otherwise, he's just wearing pretty simple clothes, and just trying to use Thudrick's large form as a shield from the sand as much as he can.
As the three of you trudge your way through this desert storm, it begins to worsen. The lightning strikes become more and more frequent. None of them actually hitting the ground around you, but like the glass spires on either side are constantly lit up by these surges of electricity from the sky. The wind increases, kicking sand up into your faces. Like these, you feel the little grains start to sting against your skin. You start to think it might be time to actually find shelter. And just as you do, you find a rocky outcropping. It doesn't have any lightning rods. None of these glass spires are surrounding it. And you can see lightning occasionally strike the ground in front of this cave. But it is the only shelter within view. It's about a 50-foot or so run from the shelter of the glass crooked lightning rods to the cave entrance.
Think we should make a break for it? I'll protect us from the lightning.
How exactly are you going to do that?
Well, you ruined my concentration. I was already doing it.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah, you keep doing that.
It's okay, I got my rock. Let's just make a run for it.
I'm going to run underneath your rock.
It's big enough to fit all of us.
Great. Let's go.
And just as you take your first step, right in front of you, the sand explodes with another
Oh, shit.
another lightning strike. You take a stutter step.
See, it's working because it didn't strike us. Haha.
Yeah, you did a great job, Senior.
Thank you.
Oh boy. So I'm gonna try to take like a test step to see if it strikes again.
You take a test step, and the rods behind you light up with more strikes.
Okay,
How
so it's
big
not
are these
targeted at least.
rods?
The
Like,
rods
could a person
themselves,
pluck a rod from the ground?
given that you're strong enough to lift this frickin' rock, probably these
I'm
rods are like
pretty
20
strong.
feet tall, 10 to 20, all varying heights.
So what if I like grab a couple of these? I don't know what my plan is here. Throw them
like
Because
a
I don't think I
javelin.
want to be holding them. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Javelin, throw them ahead, because I don't really want to be holding them when they get struck by lightning.
Yeah, absolutely. You can quickly try to grab one and toss it ahead and stick it. Hopefully, it lands upright in the sand.
I
I'm
think
gonna have you.
It's gonna work.
I'm gonna have you roll a check for this.
First check.
Wait, what? Check. Sorry, what die am I rolling?
That depends on your character sheet. If you have anything on your character sheet that might be able to
I am
help
a
you,
bodybuilder. So I believe it says any checks that benefit from strength or looking strong may use a D8, and I bumped it up to rank 3, so it's a D6.
amazing. So
roll a
yeah,
D6.
absolutely. Being strong is going to, first of all, make this check possible in the first place. So yes, it applies.
How does my
Excellent.
sidekick thing work? Because I have that specifically for Thudrick.
Basically, when you have sidekick, there's a thing in Sagas called helping. Is like sort of an action you can take. It's not really an action because it doesn't happen in combat, but you can add 1 die to Thudrick's roll. And because you have the sidekick feature, you can do this for free, whereas Victor, who doesn't have this feature, would have to spend 1 effort point to do that.
Oh, all right. Then I shall help my companion.
Yeah, maybe try to like time out the lightning strikes so that Thudrick doesn't get hit.
Oh, yes. Good plan. I'll try and delay it for 5 seconds. Move fast, Thudrick.
Oh, okay.
All right, so you get to roll 2d6 for this and take the lowest one.
I rolled a 1.
That is a critical success. You grab this this 1 lightning rod, and immediately you realize that these aren't just like sitting on the surface. These are like buried. You grab the shortest one you can, and you just lift up, and you start yanking it out of the ground one after another. And by the time you're done, it's like it's gone from like 10 to 15 feet tall, and it's like this enormous crooked glass javelin that is pointed at both ends. And you just take it and with both hands huck it into the run space that you're trying to get through. And it lands point first straight up in the sand, and immediately 6 bolts of lightning just discharge against this glass spire.
All right. Nice job.
That's what you get for being big.
I'm imagining that's like your catchphrase.
This is something you two have heard almost constantly since meeting Thudrick.
Every time I do anything.
Yeah.
You know, this is one of the few times you've said that where it actually applies.
Mhm.
Do you recall a
good
time
job.
when, like the last tavern you went into, Thudrick barely fit in the door and he just sadly, this is what you get for being big.
I guess we go for it.
Yeah, I think we can make it now.
All right.
All right.
This is going to require a check from all of you, but the extra lightning rod in the middle is definitely going to help with that. It's going to make it a little bit easier. So I need all of you to roll checks as you sprint this 50 or so feet to the cave entrance.
All right. I have sure-footed. Does that help in this?
I would say since you're running across sand and this could be considered a movement check, yeah, sure footing would apply.
Cool.
Since I ride on Thudrick, can
I
I
don't know
just
if you
assist?
want that.
Can I just assist Thudrick again? Or should I like get down and scuttle?
Yeah. Okay, you're going to have to give me a good description for how you're assisting Thudrick, but I will allow it.
I unwrap my tail from Thudrick's neck and then start using it like a horse crop to ride it. On delay, Thudrick, let's go, faster, faster.
Underlay?
I don't remember what people say with horses.
Maybe you
No,
are
it's in
senor.
character.
Senor.
Oh god.
Thudrick, you feel these sharp stings against your shoulders and back as Senior begins slapping you with their tail. And I need...
I feel motivated.
Thudrick, you get an extra die, and Victor, you get to roll a lower die from sure footing.
Sorry, what is the die I'm rolling if I don't have anything
If
else?
nothing applies, if you don't have anything that applies to the check, you're rolling a d10.
Okay.
All right. Victor gets down in the athletic stance and then just waits for one more lightning strike and then books it. I got a 3.
Lightning strikes the rod in front of you as you bolt across this sand. Thudrick, what'd you get?
I also got a 3.
Nice.
But I needed
both
that
of
second
you,
die because I rolled a 3 and a 10.
There's about 3 lightning strikes that look like they're coming straight down towards you, and they're fast. They're just flashes in the sky, but they go towards you, and at the last second, they dart towards the taller structure, the spire that is stuck in the ground. As you sprint across the field, you make it to the cave entrance as the lightning... And now you are safe within the cave. It's not a very big cave. It's very, very dry in here. Even the floor is still as sandy as the outside. But there is no wind. You get a nice respite from the stinging sand. And there are no chances of lightning striking you.
Ooh. All right. A little exercise to get the blood pumping. Oh boy.
How much farther do we have to go? Does anyone know?
Pull out a map that we have and just kind of lay it out on the ground here. All right, so info puts the obelisk a little bit further from here, but this should be at least a good home base for now. I don't really remember much past that though. But I'll certainly try to remember. But I have a bad memory.
Yeah,
We
go
know,
ahead and make a
Victor.
check to try to remember more information about where the obelisk is.
I got 4
Wow.
on a d12.
So with that, you surprise even yourself that you remember that the obelisk is in a set of ruins. How it was discovered was how all obelisks are discovered. There's very, very people with very finely tuned magical abilities that use those abilities to find where these power sources are located. And you remember that this location lined up with a ruin marked on a map that you had read.
Yeah, well, to everyone's surprise, it's actually just over here,
Oh,
just in those ruins. So, pretty good. Not too far.
You glance outside
But-
the cave entrance and you can actually see a couple of... it's hard to make them out different from the glass pillars, but you can see stone manufactured pillars at a distance.
oh, it's that right there.
Yeah, wow, we ran right past it.
We gotta go back.
I mean, maybe this storm will let up slightly. Oh, yeah, there it goes again.
Oh yeah, the light. That's why we're not.
Yeah.
gonna go.
Probably take a little bit of a break here, just some things, prepare ourselves. What do we think is in there, anyways?
Well, if it's anything like that undersea thing, maybe another big giant squid.
Yeah, you think there's a big squid in the desert?
Could be.
Storm squid.
Storm squid. Senior's got it.
Interesting. Yeah. I've heard of them.
Yeah, please enlighten me.
There's squids that instead of going through the water, they go through the water in clouds. It's pretty straightforward, Victor. It's upsetting that you don't know this. You've been on enough of these now that nothing should surprise you.
Yeah, I kind of just try to black everything out from what happens when we go to these things, though, because it's not great. Every time it's bad. It's a miracle I'm still alive.
So is your bad memory because of your over drinking? Because you black out drunk?
Oh no, like it's not like I don't remember because I'm drunk. It's because I don't want to remember because they're bad.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I think they're lovely in their own way. And you met me at one of them, so they're not all bad.
That's true. I I am alive because you exist. So
You see
Senior, what
Senior
other-
fully preens at that. Like fluffs out their raggedy, nasty clothing.
yeah. Speaking of, you only got to keep me alive for one more of these. So
Huh?
What the devil are you talking about, Victor?
well, my debt. It's basically almost paid. That last job brought in quite a bit of coin, and I'm almost done.
But you're not gonna keep. But you're not gonna keep adventuring with us?
I mean, I don't know. I don't. I mean, maybe if we do things that are less dangerous, yes. But I would
But-
really like to get back home and see my dads again.
But we're big, medium, small. We can't be big, medium, small without medium.
Yeah, you expect us to find some other schlup
Some other
off
medium?
of the street? This is unacceptable, Victor.
Okay, yeah. I figured you would react like this. But hey, look. One big last adventure, right? It's gonna be fun. We're gonna find the obelisk, probably kill some weird ass monsters, and I'll forget all about it.
Forget all
You're gonna
about
forget
us,
all
you
about
mean?
us?
No. Thudrick, Senior, I could never forget you guys. But hey, when we're done, and I can pay off this debt, you can come join me in the city and come meet my dads and help me out at the shop. We can still be big, medium, small, but
I
we
don't
don't gotta
fit in
risk our.
shops, Victor. You know that.
Hey,
I'm
well,
not
when-
made for grunt work, Victor.
it's
If
not
I'm going to
grunt
the
work.
city, I want there to be a fanfare.
Well, my dads do throw really good parties, so
Oh, are they well connected?
well they're retired, so they know a lot of other old people.
Hmm.
Old people usually know lots of people because they've been around longer.
That's
Hmm.
true.
Okay.
Look,
I'm a
we don't
degree
have
less
to talk
angry.
about it now. We just have to survive this, and then we can talk about things later.
Fine.
Okay, Victor.
I've. Would you rather me never tell you and then just leave?
I'd rather you not leave.
Well, that's still on the table, but at least you know.
Hmm.
I don't know. Now I'm
All
just
right.
sad, though.
Yes, I'm feeling a glimmer of whatever that emotion is. It doesn't come very naturally to me. Sadness.
You guys want to play hot potato with the infinite torch? Would that make you feel better?
Yeah, that always makes me feel better. See, Victor,
Yes,
what
I
am I supposed to
suppose.
do without you? You know how I
Like-
feel about hot potato. The one thing that truly cheers me up.
Yes, I'm not so good at games.
You've been
It's
getting
hard to
better at this,
entertain
though.
Cedric. Hmm.
Here, catch.
I grab it out of the air with my tail.
Hey, come on. We don't have tails. That's cheating.
Fine. But my hands are a lot smaller than yours, so it doesn't seem fair. And I'll toss it over to Thudrick.
One
whip it
game
back at
of
Victor.
infinite torch hot potato later. The storm has finally begun to subside. The wind has died down, though there are still some occasional lightning strikes. That's just the nature of this region. But it is safe enough to actually go outside without having to run for your life, trying not to get hit by lightning.
Well,
Okay.
now's our chance, I think.
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
make it back to those ruins now.
Yeah, let's get going. The longer this takes, well, the longer it takes. So here we go.
You
Alternatively,
quickly,
the longer it takes, the longer you're still with us.
Maybe we should walk really slowly.
Yes, good idea, Frederick.
Last one there's a rotten egg.
You can't trick me.
What's wrong with rotten eggs? I was born out of one, after all.
it's only this short conversation and banter later that you actually arrive at the ruins that you could see from the cave entrance.
Oh, that was really, really close. We could have just gone there to start with.
It feels like we could have just run here instead of the cave, yeah.
Hey, that was a really nice cave. Just saying. As far as
True.
caves go. Top 10 caves I've been in.
The ruins you're approaching are old. None of you actually recognize, what sort of architecture they are. They have, there's 3 of 4 pillars that are still standing. The one that has fallen at this point is mostly covered by sand. Each one of the pillars also has scorch marks and cracks from also being struck by the lightning. The strangest thing about this, though, well, actually, there's a very clear entrance to these ruins that looks like what used to be a set of stairs descending downwards, but has since been mostly covered by sand. Just outside the entrance of this place, though, there's a strange structure. Several of these, like dozen or so of these spires have been tilted together towards a point to form a sort of tent. And inside of it, you can see a lived-in sort of space. You can see a pack, a bedroll, a lantern that appears to be unlit at this point, and a lump inside the bedroll that is slowly rising and falling, the breathing of someone asleep.
Y'all
How
see
big is
that?
this lump?
I scuttle down off of Frederick, and I do that kind of like arched Halloween cat thing and start like hopping towards the tent.
Leading
Hey,
with
hey,
your
Go check it
shoulder,
out, senior.
you go
Sneaky.
into the tent, just inside the front entrance, and the figure shifts slightly, rolls over. You can see the face, bearded face of probably a halfling-like person, clutching a notebook in one hand against their chest, and on top of it in the other hand, a pair of glasses, eyes still closed.
Can I do the check for impulsive theft for the notebook?
Absolutely. This would absolutely call for that. See if you can
So-
avoid trying to steal this notebook.
Hey, senior, don't. Senior, don't. Don't do Senior.
Is it just a D10 that I roll if it doesn't
Let's see.
specify?
If it doesn't say in your, because you can be, you don't have anything that allows you to steal better, it would be just a D10.
All right. It's a 7.
You reach
So my
out.
tail like kind of comes over.
Stop it.
Just as you're about to touch the book, you can see the man's eyes slowly open, and he sees your bug-eyed, sharp-toothed face staring him in the right back, and he just goes and throws the book
Wakey, wakey.
towards the ceiling of his tent. Don't kill me! Don't kill me! Don't kill me!
Hey, it's okay. It's okay. I'll run over. Hey, it's okay. Seniors, well, I wouldn't say friendly, but
Who?
they're not gonna hurt you.
Okay.
Sorry,
Here.
didn't mean to
I have
startle
a
you.
little bit of gold.
No.
Okay.
No, we're not here to rob you, Senior. Come on.
It's not robbing if they offer it freely.
What's your name, friend? And I'll extend a hand to help them up.
I'm Trid.
Nice to meet you, Trid. I'm Victor. This is Thudrick and Senior. We're node harvesters.
Oh! And his entire demeanor changes at that point as you lift him to his feet and tell him that you're node harvesters. His entire face lights up, and he immediately starts frantically looking around for his notebook. Node harvesters! That's wonderful! Here, let me, what did you say your name were again?
Victor, Thudrick, and Senior.
Victor, Thudrick, and Senior. And he finally finds his pen and starts scribbling frantically in the notebook. And you can see over his shoulder that the other page that has things filled out on it, you can see the beginnings of a map.
What's this?
Oh, these are my notes. I've been trying to map out these ruins for about a week now. I'm starting to run low on. Do you guys have any food on you?
Lots.
I
Why
might
would you
have
come here without a
something.
lot of food?
Would you be willing to part with some?
I look
Or a
at Victor.
price?
He starts rummaging
And
in his
then-
gold pouch.
Perfect. And I, from my kind of moldy clothes, pull out like a fish skeleton. Pretty fresh.
Thudrick, if you want to give him actual food, I think that'd be
Yeah,
good.
here I've got some bread. It's like beef jerky and stuff. Might be better. We don't eat what Senior eats.
Still keeping eye contact with Senior the entire time, he exchanges some coin for some food with Thudrick.
Oh, that's not very
Okay.
nice. I offered first.
I give the gold to Senior.
Well,
Seems real.
the rumors are true. Node harvesters tend to be a certain type of person.
Really?
Yeah,
You
you
look
getting
at
a
the
lot of
three of us
rumors
and you
out
think that we're the same type of person?
Well, no, I mean they all node harvesters appear in groups of 3, big, medium, and small.
Classic. Classic node harvesting, yeah.
So if
Well,
you're here,
maybe-
that means there's probably an obelisk inside the ruins, isn't there?
What are
That's who's
you
asking.
doing here?
Well, I mentioned I'm mapping the ruins.
Yes.
But why? Who
It's not
sent
very
you?
safe to be here by yourself.
And how did you do? Did you do this? And I'll point to the tent.
Yeah, it took me like a whole day. And lot
Only
of
a whole
rope.
day to bend these? You bent these yourself?
Well, I didn't bend them. Glass doesn't bend per se; it'd more likely break, just because of its brittle nature. But you can see that I've just simply rearranged them slightly. I put together a nice rope and pulley system, and he rummages in his pack and he pulls out 50, 60, 70 feet of rope and several metal pulleys. And I just sort of wrapped them around the spires and then pulled them together.
Right. I just watched my lodge friend here lift one of these out of the ground and throw it. I find it very hard to believe that you, someone of your stature, could manipulate these in any way, shape, or form.
Oh,
No
well,
offense.
I'm sorry?
Do I believe this guy?
Roll a check.
Uh, yeah, I don't have anything to help me with this, so I'm just gonna roll a d10. 6.
Hard to read for a nerdy little researcher. He seems to believe what he is saying. Maybe in his mind he's convinced himself that he was the one that moved these and he didn't just find them this way. But you're not able to actually draw any satisfying conclusion.
Well, doesn't matter. You're here, we're here.
Right, we are all here. Are you going down into the ruins? I could use the protection. You know, safety in numbers and all that.
What's in it for us, though?
Well, you're node harvesters and you're going to find an obelisk and harvest some nodes, right? Well, I can show you where the obelisk isn't.
I'm not sure how helpful that sounds.
Well, it's actually quite helpful. You see, if you went down this tunnel right here and you took a left, that entire area is already mapped out. You're not going to find the obelisk in there. So, you're going to want to go right.
It does help a little bit. As soon as he starts explaining things, Victor just starts looking around his campsite for anything of interest.
Make a check.
Boopity boo. 5.
It's pretty run of the mill, exactly what you'd expect. Like, you didn't see the bag of rope and pulleys coming, but you do see a separate, smaller bag that appears to be filled with quills and loose papers. You can see some other cartography equipment sort of piled up into a corner on the other side of the tent. You got your bedroll. There's nothing specifically that jumps out to you as weird.
Can you fight at all, little guy?
No.
It just feels like it's a liability to take you with us.
Oh.
Why don't you just tell us
Fine.
where not to go? We won't go there.
Well, if I get to go with you, I get to map it. So that's what you'll get in return.
We don't typically return to things after we've gotten the nodes, so I don't see how you having a map ultimately helps us. Did someone pay you to be here?
Make a check. Persuasion, intimidation-esque in D&D.
I got a 3.
Well, yeah, the company I'm a part of was paying me to be here and, make these maps and take a research it and gander into these ruins so that when the experts, real experts, come along later, the ones that actually know, like I'm an expert, I know maps. I know I'm really, really good at maps, but I don't really know the architecture that well. I'm not familiar. Like, I have no idea who built these ruins, for instance. And the people that do know these things are going to come along later, and I'm going to sell them that map.
It's like you will be making some money, so I think you could kick a little bit towards us to take you on as a liability. Just as you said, we already have tall, medium, small. So if you come in, that makes me tiny, and that's not the dynamic.
Well, I could be smallish, and you could still be small.
You could be medium.
Sure, I'll be medium.
All right, that's
That
your new
still
name,
sounds
pal.
good. Big, medium, small. I feel good about this team, actually.
Okay. All right.
It's kind of got a groove to it too. Big, medium,
Mhm.
medium, small. Big, medium, medium, small.
All right. You keep repeating that for a couple more cadences. Hey, team, group
Yep.
huddle real quick.
Okay.
MC.
Is medium invited?
No.
And
Absolutely
he's
not.
off in his own world, sort of like doing a little dance in the sand inside his tent.
All right. Hey, so I
Hi.
know this is weird. I don't want to bring this guy either, but I had an idea. If things really go to shit, meet Shield.
Throw him. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually a great call.
Okay, I liked that plan quite a bit. For a second there, I was worried that Thudrick wanted to replace me with this.
Never, Senior.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no other small in my life.
Thank you, Thudrick.
All right.
I'm filled
So-
with incandescent rage just looking at him.
Yeah, I can tell. Your eyes are like glowing red a little bit.
They're really kind of like bugging out of your head a lot more than they usually do, actually.
Yeah, I didn't know they could do
Yes.
that more than they did, but here we are.
A little
Yes.
concerning.
Yeah.
It's okay.
If you
As
say
a defense
so.
mechanism, they can pop out all the way, but I can put them back
Oh.
in.
Huh.
Yeah.
I learned something new about you every single day.
Me
Every
too.
time they talk. Me
Great.
too.
All right. So we're good. We're gonna take Smedium with us.
Yes.
I think so.
All right. Hey, Smedium.
Yeah.
You're good. You're coming with.
Oh, awesome! This is gonna be great. I'm so. Let me grab my stuff.
And he starts gathering up. He doesn't bring all of the things he has at this tent, just a couple essentials, including a pen and the map that he's.
Hey,
All
bring
right.
that rope. Might be useful.
Rope. Do you want the pulleys too, or just the rope?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
This pack's much bigger than anything else he has.
Thudrick, you think you can handle that one?
Yeah, toss it over here.
Oh,
Attach
thanks.
it to the bottom of my rock
It's actually quite light.
sheath.
You got anything else that could be useful there, Frid?
No, not really.
Wow, you really came unprepared to this desert, huh?
Well, I mean, I got my knife.
Got any more knives? Got enough for the whole class?
I didn't come with the class.
All right. You're fine. Let's go. How do we
All
get
right.
into this place?
Well, I guess since I'm the guide, I'll lead the way.
Please do.
He takes out his map, flourishes the notebook a little bit, and holds it up and starts walking forward. Takes a slide down into the ruins.
We.
Oh, this looks enjoyable. And I'll pull out my shield and try and like shield surf down the sandy stairs.
Hmm.
It doesn't matter what game we're in. Christy will always find a way to shield surf.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make
forgot.
you make a check. Make a shield surfing check.
Great.
Oh boy. Oh, I got a 3. That's pretty good. Wee.
You are actually quite experienced in shield surfing, though this is the first time you remember actually doing it. Apparently, you're a natural.
So I am at most things.
Well, that's growth. They said most instead of all.
Oh my goodness, I cannot believe. Everything. I'm good at everything.
That's
And there
right,
we go.
Senior.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
With that, you descend. It quickly turns into stairs. You safely come to a stop and follow down into the caves, into the ruin.
I will activate the infinite torch.
What does the infinite torch look like?
I picture it as kind of just like a rock that has like some runes etched on it that glow when I activate it.
All right. You activate the torch and continue down further into the ruins. It casts strange shadows ahead of you. You can see these markings on the wall, like sort of like hieroglyphs, some sort of picturesque language. Can't tell if it's important information or just decoration at this point. But they zigzag down with each step to go deeper and deeper in. You follow, what are you calling him? I had a name, but I've already forgotten what you guys are.
Smedium.
Smedium. You follow Smedium, your guide, and he takes a right at the first junction. Oh boy, I'm excited to start this. And he just stops right in the middle of the walkway and starts sketching in the note.
Bump straight into
Oh, come on. There's a huge black line across an empty page of his map.
Why are you stopping?
That's how map making works. I gotta draw, don't I?
Oh, we're gonna be slow and have a liability.
Well,
You know what, though? It is just more time with my friend Victor. Maybe this is a blessing in disguise. Take your time, Smedium.
he immediately starts going back to sketching.
I appreciate the sentiment, Thudrick, I really do, but also the longer we're here, the higher chance that random creatures come out of the darkness and maul us to death, so just keep your guard up.
Senior, can you, sense these obelisk monsters? You kind of are an obelisk monster, right? Is there, some, telepathic shit you can do with them? You, tell that they're around?
Definitely. And I'll puff up like the spines on my back and just get kind of round.
So are you
Okay.
telling them not to fight us, or...
You broke my concentration again. So now I don't know where they are.
I'm sorry.
And then I'll just start sniffing along the ground.
Are you trying to find something out, or?
I think I believe that I can sense them. So I'm probably just I'm trying to make it seem as if I'm doing it telepathically, but I'm just sniffing to see if there's any kind of funk or anything on the ground. A lot of monsters leave slime, so I know from experience.
Make a check to track possible obelisk monsters.
9.
That
So-
feels about right.
You're sniffing along the ground, trying to find this slime that you know most obelisk monsters leave. And you actually come across a trail, that you were actually kind of not expecting this to work. You were certain that there were no obelisk monsters here, but you're very surprised to find this slime. Meanwhile, the rest of you see Senior travel in a circle and discover their own slime.
I do the thing like a dog where I sniff it and I flop over and I start rolling in it and try to
I'll just lean
Gets
to
all
Thudrick and
over
say,
the puffed collar.
So what do you think they're accomplishing here? I'm just trying to understand their nature.
Look, Senior's a genius. You've got to give them space.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, I should never have asked. Hey, Dread, how's that map coming? Can we move on?
Yep, I just finished up. All right, onwards. He takes 2 steps and says, "Okay, we're here," and starts drawing in the map. I'm just kidding. I'm
no.
just kidding. We can keep going.
If you take 2 more steps and then stop, I am gonna slap you.
He takes 3 steps and stops. And he continues walking, leading you deeper into the ruin. You quickly come across another intersection. Appears there, it's a T intersection. You can go left or right.
It's Medium. You've been down this path at all before?
No, that's why I have you with me.
All right.
You got a
How
favorite?
about left?
I also vote left.
I mean, I don't want to be confrontational here, so we'll go left.
No, I was kind of hoping we go right.
Well, you're the guide, so if you want
Yeah,
to
like
change
that's
things
why I
up,
asked you.
Well, I don't know anything about this area. I just know that it's not where I've mapped before.
we're going left. Lead the ways, medium.
All right.
You continue for about 15 minutes along this pattern, like going to a place, hitting an intersection, and picking a direction. And Smedium sort of like takes a pause and squints at his map.
Hey, Victor, could you bring the light over here?
Yeah, there you go.
This is interesting. It appears that this is actually symmetrical.
And you can see that everything that he has drawn on the right side so far is a mirror of what he had already sketched on the left.
All right, so the people who made this like symmetry. What does that mean?
It means that I know where the interesting room's supposedly going to be. You see, over here, there was a room that was just filled with all sorts of tools and equipment that hadn't been touched in hundreds of years or something.
And you deigned to mention that? That could have been useful.
Yeah, but I didn't recognize any of it. I didn't see any, like, hammers or anything.
Is that
That doesn't tell us anything, because I feel like there's a lot that you wouldn't recognize.
What's that supposed to mean?
we have a literal monster as a friend here? I think that kind of answers your question. We would recognize some stuff.
Right. Well, I guess I could lead you to that other room, backtrack a little bit and go left at the first intersection, or we could try to find that room over here, basically, because it's symmetrical, right? So there's probably going to be another room filled with equipment.
Or something else.
Or something else.
I don't know. What do you think, gang? I feel like maybe there might be something useful back there, but we've already come this far, so.
I think we should go to the equipment room on this side, see what's going on. And then if there's nothing here, we can maybe go back and check out the other one.
All right.
Yes, I don't like going backwards if I can help it.
All right. Well, assuming this is actually symmetrical, we are going to want to go straight here.
And he shuffles along while slowly sketching in his map. And about 5 minutes later, and several twists and turns, you reach a large set of double doors. Embossed on the surface, you can see this beautiful mural of that depicts some sort of battle. You can see humanoid figures lining both sides near the hinges of this door and along the bottom, pointing spears, shooting arrows. It's beautiful, but it's very, very simple. Like, it's not detailed enough for you to be able to make out who these people were, for instance. But dead in the center, along the seam of the door where it splits, you recognize a dark shape towering towards the very top of the door frame, and you immediately recognize the shape of an obelisk.
That's an obelisk.
All right. So probably obelisk through that door.
I should probably mention, because you've yelled at me for not mentioning stuff before. I should probably mention this door is different. The other one, it was just a frame. There was no door. It was open into the other room. But this door wasn't on the other side.
Thank you for mentioning that. Much appreciated.
You're most welcome.
Okay.
On this door, does it look like they're sorry, because everyone's fighting? Are they attacking the obelisk or are they like protecting the obelisk?
Roll a check.
Okay. 4.
The way that it's crafted makes it sort of difficult to tell. It appears that there are, now that you're actually looking at it and rolled a pretty good check, you look towards the bottom where the lines and lines of people meet the obelisk's base. And it appears there are some people that are actually facing away from the obelisk. While most spears and arrows are pointing towards the thing, there are a couple of figures at the bottom that are facing away from it, like they are trying to defend it. It seems like there's an overwhelming force coming towards this obelisk and a very small force trying to defend it.
It looks like there was a war around this obelisk.
Hmm.
I mean, so far, all these things have had crazy magic powers attached to them, so I can see why people would fight over it.
As much as I hate to go backwards.
A little bit. I mean, I've seen, like he indicates the wall where you can still see the hieroglyphic markings. Occasionally I'll come across something that looks like two people fighting. There's another one that looks like this sort of obelisk thing, just a symbol, but I mean, I don't know what it means.
All right. So we'll keep an eye out for more stuff like this. But yeah, let's head back to that other room.
What kind of equipment are we looking for?
Just anything that could be useful, Maybe there's weapons in there.
There wasn't anything that looked like a weapon, but you're the experts, so I'll lead you over to the equipment tool room place thing.
It's good.
So Smedium leads you down the hallways, twists and turns. It's about a half-hour walk. These ruins are pretty big. And you're looking down at the map, and you can see that the room you're actually going towards geographically is almost right next to the room that would be beyond that door. But there is a thick something, probably a wall, separating.
Well, here's the room.
And just like Smiley said, there's no door protecting it. It's just an open archway into this cavern, like a man-built cavern with a large domed ceiling, maybe 20, 30 feet at the center. And all along the outside, you can see tables and racks filled with what look like metal tools of some sort. You can see a pair of tongs. You can see some chisels. You realize that that your guide lied, and there actually is a couple of small hammers. And Victor, you, with your background, would actually recognize this as some sort of crafting place.
I was about to say something. Yeah.
Yes, you recognize and know how to use most of these tools. There are a few that are strange. For instance, there's an instrument that has a handle, a small circle, and like a single sharp dial in the center of the circle. No idea what that's for. But you see classic blacksmith tools along most of this area.
Do y'all think this is where they made the obelisks?
That would be very interesting. If so.
I don't know, Cena, you getting any sort of vibe off of this place? Like, feels familiar or something?
Make a check.
No. Uh, it's an 8.
No.
Except for this. And I scuttle over and pick up that weird device. There's a dial on it.
Mhm.
I start fiddling with it. This is clearly.
It's okay to not have an answer for everything, Senior.
No, he's got an answer.
The word doesn't translate from Growlies into common. So, forgive me. But it'll be very useful later. And I stick it into my little belt.
As you're trying to stick it into your belt, you bump the dial, and all of you hear this, and you can see this instrument light up with like brilliant sunlight, hard to look at, and the sunlight is focused into a cone, like you can see the light going through a magnifying glass down into a single point.
I
That's
think
cool.
when the light flares, Senior hisses, drops it, and then scuttles up and onto Thudrick and hides.
You drop it, clank, clank, clatters to the ground, and the little tiny point that it comes to, as it slowly rolls over and over, the point of light gently touches the wooden leg of one of the tables and immediately ignites it.
Uh-oh.
Oh, okay. Nope. We're not setting this place on fire. I'm going to put it out.
Whoopsies!
It's not, you don't have to roll any checks, but you get the
Okay.
thing out of the way and you quickly put out the fire, just smother it as best you can.
Turn the dial back so it turns off or something. I don't know. Whoa. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. That could be useful.
Yes, you're welcome. I
mean,
thought a demonstration would be helpful.
Do you want to use it, Senior?
It
You did a good job with it.
hurts my eyes, unfortunately.
Do you want my sand goggles?
Oh, yes. I think there's maybe been a history of me constantly stealing those goggles from you while you were sleeping, and then you take them back at the beginning of each day. Oh, I suppose. They're nothing to me, but I guess.
Okay. Don't have to be weird about it. Here you go.
You take the goggles, you put them on, and they, because of how they're shaped and your bug eyes, almost fill the goggles entirely.
Oh, God.
So it's like you're wearing another pair of eyes over your face, is what it looks like.
Oh, that's really hard to
Oh.
look at. All right. Other stuff interesting in this room. Hey, Smedium, anything else in here that you once again deign to mention?
Well, I guess we could take a better look. I just kind of sketched that this room was here. There were no exits, and I turned around and left. I didn't really stick around. That's not my job. So, Victor, go ahead and make a check to try to find extra stuff.
Okay. Come on. Okay, 4.
With a 4, you quickly find a couple of concerning things. You find most of this stuff is blacksmithing tools, and that's what has held your focus this whole time. But you're sort of widening your scope of investigation, and you can see what looks like a writing desk. And right next to it, you can see a bedroll. A bedroll that is not nearly as old as everything else in this room.
Hey, Smedium, were you sleeping in here at some point?
Oh?
Do I believe him?
Roll another check.
4.
This time you actually do believe him. He seems completely taken aback.
Okay, because this bedroll here is like pretty fresh.
Oh. That's
concerning.
You've not seen anyone else in these ruins while you were mapping them out?
Oh, there's been nothing alive down here except me last week.
Well, we're not alone, so everyone just be careful.
Smedium slowly takes his knife partially out of its sheath, like looks towards the door.
Okay. Anything else interesting in here, like a weapon or anything like that?
You don't find any weapons, but you do find molds for creating them.
Oh,
You can see a cast where someone would pour molten metal into it to create the general form of a sword.
okay. If they don't look too hard to take, I will take one of the casts.
They're big and they're real heavy.
Can I give them to Thudrick?
This is what I'm here for.
Because when I go and reopen my dad's shop, I would love to have something new to work on, and this would
Wait
be
a
really cool.
minute.
It actually is a really, really cool sword. It's got a very, very thin tang, and the blade itself is quite long. It looks like it's supposed to be a great sword.
This would be perfect for you, Thudrick. Just saying, you could have a rock and a sword, and I'd make it for you. For free.
Why would I need the sword if I have a rock?
In case you want a sword from your friend.
Okay, I'll hold on to it.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you.
There is still the writing desk.
I'll go and poke around. I don't care about any writing, but I'm looking for like cool clothing or like gems.
I'll follow behind them and look at words.
All right, both of you make checks for it, please.
Whoops, 7.
Ooh, a 1.
Ooh,
Ooh.
great.
1 and a 7.
You're
Here
gonna
we
find
go.
the coolest clothes in there.
Fuck the plot, am I right?
Very quickly, you go rummaging through this desk, Senior, and you just sort of like take out the drawers and toss them onto the ground, just not really paying attention to where stuff is. But one drawer that you toss onto the ground rattles in a way that the rest didn't. And after some quick investigating, you find a false bottom and about a dozen different colored cut gems.
I scamper over and then try to pick them all but at once.
Hey, you want to share some of those, Senior?
I suppose.
You can hold on to them for now. Even cut, right?
No, it's unbecoming to hold your own gems. I'll just take one.
Which one do you take?
If there's one that's kind of like ruby-esque, like if it looks like bloody almost, I'll take that one and then start trying to like attach it to my collar somehow.
You take what is very clearly the most beautiful rock in this collection. It is a bright red ruby with almost like, depending on the lighting, it looks like dark flames encrusting the outside of it. And you're trying to take this and just sort of attach it to something you're wearing.
Senior, here, let me help you. And I'll cut a little piece of twine from our rope and like make a little basket for the gem and then tie a necklace around.
Thank you, Victor. I've heard that it's better to have one piece that's very nice instead of a lot, because then people can tell that you're faking. And I'm not a faker.
No, definitely not. You're genuine.
Yes. Thank you, Victor.
Thudrick, as
Thudrick.
you're looking through these papers, you realize that this isn't a language that you don't speak, but it's not the language that's written on the walls of this cavern either. It's a text that you don't recognize.
Victor, it's a medium. Either you know what this language is?
I mean, I could take a look, but you know me, I'm not really one for high learning. Like, I'll take a look if I can.
You don't recognize the language either.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a magic language, in which case I would understand it.
Okay, here, senior, take a look.
And after throwing dozens of these papers aside, you realize you actually do know this language.
Oh, great.
Ah,
Roll a check to see what you can glean from these papers.
oh no. A 6.
Okay. Best guess, these are the notes of someone that was working in here. Probably, given the state of the paper, the person that was sleeping in the bedroll, because the paper's not near. It's the rest of the stuff in here. They were working on something called Night Edge. And you actually find discussions of cutting pieces of an obelisk and infusing them into a weapon. You also find something that is more concerning. You find references to creating a life form. You find the line, "An assistant like me," written several times across this section of notes. And with a 6, best guess is that you also find something that mentions intelligent obelisk spawn.
It's like you.
Oh my god. Guys, I have a stalker.
What, senior? No.
Oh, no, Frederick, it's good. It's good because I think that means that my name has gotten out there and that people know me and thus they want to be me because intelligent obelisk spawn, that's me. I'm the smartest one that you've ever met. Right?
By far.
Wow. How did they predict that we would come here?
I mean,
Well, I
maybe
mean,
they got their ears out. Maybe they have lots of ears. Because if they're, looking for an assistant like them, maybe it's another one of you.
How dare you? And I slap Victor with my tail.
Oh, that really stings. Oh, God.
It's all the venom.
Yeah.
Yeah, the tail's barbed.
Ah.
Surely not. I'm the only one that I've met like me.
So far, yeah, but if there could be a you, maybe there could be another you.
And then I grab the cheeks of both of you and pull you guys in really close. If we find another me, promise me that we'll kill them. You understand?
I mean, if that's what you really want, yeah, but
Liz,
why?
I can be the only one. I am special. I can touch the obelisk and nothing happens to me, and yet I have magic. So I get to be the only one. You understand?
Okay, Sure.
Yeah, senior, whatever you want.
Thank you. Also, it seems like maybe this thing is kind of fucked up anyway, so not like me.
No, exactly.
I'm not weird mentally like this thing, right?
Mhm.
No. I am a member of high society. Okay. Well, I've seen everything I need to see. Frederick, would you like to collect those gems in this drivel? And I'll kind of the way a dog does after it pees, kick the papers back with my hind legs towards you if you want to collect them.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Can we have our cheeks back?
Oh, yes.
Oh.
They grabbed you right on the cut from the tail.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep. Yeah, that's gonna be infected for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
I'll take some of my like medicine kit and try to fix it up.
Get like a little bit of a adhesive of some sort on your cheek.
Yeah.
Are we good here? Can we get back to mapping?
Yeah, I think so. I'll grab a pair of tongs on the way out just for fun.
All right. Add it to your inventory.
Yes.
Did either of you want to take this sunbeam wand thing?
I was genuinely offering it to you.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
I think
suppose.
someone should take it, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll put it in my belt. I guess I do have the goggles now, so hopefully it won't hurt my eyes.
And then
Right.
also that way you have some sort of range.
It's not a range. You can put this in your inventory as a laser cutter.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Hell yeah. Oh, that could be helpful for making the harvesting a bit easier.
I have a sledgehammer to harvest. But yeah.
I know. I'll loosen it up so when you sledge with your hammer, it really explodes and you look super badass.
Oh, that does sound fun. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss you guys.
You're not going anywhere, Victor!
Right, sorry. Just instinct.
You all leave the equipment room and make your way the long trek all the way back to the door with the obelisk and depiction of the battle on it. I don't think I'm strong enough to get that thing open.
Well, another job for Cedric.
Well, it might not even be a question of being strong here either. There may be a trick to this door.
No, I'm pretty sure I can get it open.
Should we
I'll
at least
push
check
it.
for it?
No, I'm
Okay.
gonna push on it.
Make a check for it.
I rolled a 1!
And with a 1, with a 1, you put your hands on it and you push, and all of you can hear some sort of locking mechanism, complex trap system just shatter from the internal workings of this door. And the door swings open very easily.
Dude, I just
like-
the arrogant struggle, but I am not proving myself wrong ever.
As
Well,
the
you see, you just had to push it.
There's like 12 different syringes in this door that could shoot out at you at any moment, and you broke all of them at once.
a single
Ooh.
dart just like falls from the ceiling onto the floor next to you.
Ooh.
Take
That
that
was
for
a
later.
close one.
And you gaze into the opening of this room. And I use the term room loosely because there is no ceiling. This next area is completely open to the sky. And as you stand there, letting your eyes adjust to the new light source, we will take our first break.
Oh.
I
snap.
love everything that's happening so far.
Yeah, this is so fun.
So stupid.
Oh, I love it.
Senior is my favorite character I've ever seen you play.
This is fantastic. I love all of you. Senior is just chaos incarnate.
Yeah.
Oh boy, it's great.
We will be back in 10, 15 minutes, so don't go anywhere. We'll see you in a sec. Sorry for the delay, everyone. Tech difficulties are a ton of fun to manage midstream, but we got through it. So when we left off, we had just opened up the desert temple's door. The door that was embossed with the scene of armies fighting over an obelisk. As the door opens, you're all temporarily blinded by the sunlight coming through. It seems the storm outside has dissipated entirely. Now there are just clear skies and rays of light streaming into this cavern that is open to the sky. Inside it, you can see several different temple-esque structures. You see sphinx-like figures to the left and right, one far ahead of you, almost up towards the top of the open rooftop. There are several sets of stairs climbing in every direction. You can see them climbing up towards every statuette of various dog figures and humanoid figures lying down, all in regal positions. The largest one is a large canine statue towards the top, and you can see stairs leading up to several different standing areas, landings, even an altar in front of the statue. And on the floor, in the center, with all the statues turned to stare at it, a 10-foot tall spire of obsidian, perfectly cut, like imagine if the Washington Monument was small and sucked in all light. You also see movement inside this open cavern. A figure, sort of bipedal. Looking at it just sends a shiver down your spine. You can hear tap, tap, tapping of something as it crouches at the base of the obelisk. You can see a sheet of moss, almost fungal-like hair, stretching down over it like a cape. It's poking out from underneath. You can see armored limbs. You can see 2 feet, 2 arms wearing greaves and gauntlets. Stuck in the sand to its side is a large sword, hewn from the same obsidian the obelisk before. The figure stands, still facing the obelisk. You can hear a voice inside your heads. I was hoping you'd take a little longer. The figure turns around and you can see blank slate of a face with no features, no eyes, no nose, no mouth, no lips. Turns towards you, places one of its gauntleted hands on the sword that rests next to it. At last, creation returns to its master. Come, Galfrak, we have work to do.
Anyone else hearing that in their heads?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Who's Galfrak?
Yeah, I've never heard that name before.
I look over at Medium.
It's medium.
This your
He
friend.
is walking back through the doors. He's just fucking
Nope.
leaving.
I grab him by the scruff of the neck. Absolutely not.
He just kind of squeals.
Didn't you hear he called for you?
No.
I called for you. I mean,
I
Senior?
don't know
Bad.
you.
So I was kind of right.
I
you
just
were
arch my
created
back.
to assist me.
I disagree. I was created by my own sheer force of will, and I'm going to kill you.
No, will not. Will help me. Two weapons. Source. Create a force more powerful than any world has yet seen. With it, we will open the portal, and our kind will retake this world.
Do you mean our kind? I am the only one.
Oh, there are many more like us, just beyond them.
I look over at my companions. This guy's gotta freaking go.
Yeah, that sounds holy and terrible for just
I'm
everyone.
on board with that. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, but we can't let that happen. That just seems like a bad thing in general.
One senior is enough.
Yeah,
I love the
Yeah.
guy. We don't need more.
no, definitely not. The world's not ready for more.
I like being
am not the
special.
same as your friend. I am
mean, obviously.
Gallium, sent here to open a hole for our people to pass through. And Victor, I would think, would be able to benefit from my knowledge to craft weapons such as these.
And he lifts the sword and brand above his head.
Yeah, cool sword and all. I think I got the cast for that though, so I think I'm good. I can figure it out. But also, how the fuck do you know my name?
We from beyond the veil. Many powers to be considered strange by most.
Okay. Well, it's nice to meet you, Gallium. And yeah, if you could just not do whatever you're gonna do, that'd be great. Okay.
You, strong one, bearer, a force more powerful than you can fathom.
He points his sword directly at you, Thud, and your rock begins to emit a dull green glow from inside.
Uh-oh. Haven't seen it do that before.
With my knowledge, could hew that to a weapon that could slay gods.
I mean, I've never tried to slay a god before, but I'm not saying that I couldn't with the rock as it is today.
Yeah, Thedric, you're strong as fuck already. I don't see why you would need some weird shithead's help, you know?
Guys?
You can see your guide now pointing to corners of this cavern. You can see just piles of human skeletons.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
We're
but
in a
look at how
ruin.
small those skeletons are.
Yeah, they're tiny. I mean, tiny for
Why?
Thudrick, average. They're about the same size as me, but I'm not afraid. I've seen so many skeletons.
Weak. Clouded vision. Why are all humans the same?
matter what use you can be, you refuse to assist. How many of you do I have to kill before you learn? And with that,
You don't know what you're talking about. Frederick helps me all the time.
And I'm also here.
I will silence more of you yet still, once today has passed. Our people will reclaim their homeland. The obelisks will be our new paths. And as he brandishes his sword, we are going to start combat in Sagas.
Whoa.
Let's go.
Shoot, I forgot about the drawing.
Is me.
Trying to
Senior
remember how
grows
to-
10 times their size. All right. Combat.
Delete it
Wait,
piece by
there's got to be a
piece.
clear drawings button, right? Somewhere.
You can
Yeah.
select multiple. You just do that and then hit delete.
Okay. You figured it out. I didn't.
did. I'm very experienced with my players drawing crap on my maps too, so
What?
What are you talking about? We don't do
That's
that.
crazy.
hey
don't
guys,
do
this
that.
gallium needs some Valium, am I right?
What did he call me?
Garsh something with a G. Garzax, Garthrax.
Sometimes I improv too much. I have no idea what she called you.
Garthrick. I don't know.
Gertie.
Doesn't
Gertie.
matter. It's not my name.
G.
That's not my name. Oh, good combat music.
Oh, yeah, I switched it. Forgot if everyone.
Time for me to do the same.
Wow, look at this squad.
Oh, you like it because it's Destiny.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is Destiny. Nice.
All right.
The three of us are listening to different music than the stream.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm listening to one thing and streaming one thing to the audience.
Yeah. Sorry, audience. It wouldn't work for us, so we made our own music.
Yeah.
Oh, snap. It's gallium.
It is gallium.
This guy sucks. We gotta get him out of here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
but he
guy
looks so
definitely doesn't
cool.
suck.
Because
No,
Rootzero's
he
art
does
is
really
amazing.
cool.
Yeah,
I
it's
do
from,
like
It's
him.
the guy from the book.
It is
Hey,
a guy
if you
in the
haven't
book.
read the Sagas beta, check it out.
Yes, please do.
He's some
We're
cool art.
playing it. We're trying to promote it over here to our audience of us.
Sold.
Yay! All right. Combat in Sagas starts with a reaction roll. So, if you do not have any bonuses to your reaction, you are going to be rolling a d10.
Great.
And I will ask for numbers when I need them shortly.
Great. Fire. Oh. Not
All right.
looking good, folks.
I didn't roll
Me
great
neither.
either. Okay, cool.
Tight.
All right. Anybody get a 1? 2?
God, no. No.
3? 4?
You're gonna have to
It's
keep
medium
going.
roll.
5? 6? Wow, I didn't think he'd be going first with a 6.
This is good.
It's going well.
I got all my good rolls out earlier.
Yeah.
Doors, but combat, no.
Oh boy.
7? What did you guys get?
8.
9.
10.
Wait, does it go? I got it. Wait, what did you
Okay.
get, Christy? You got an 8?
It goes
You
8,
got
9,
10?
10 for you guys.
Oh, it's big, medium, small.
Yeah.
Alright,
We
so
only attack in order.
Yeah.
Thudrick Victor Sr.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tall, medium, small.
All right, and I gotta pull up the.
This is the way it should be. Just like we planned it.
Yes, so much planning happened. All right. Almost there. Just gotta find the other monster that might show up.
Huh?
Oh, good.
No. Surely not.
All right. Cool. Starting off with Gallium. Oh, he's got so much cool stuff. I'm excited. He's going to use his first turn to move into melee with the rest of you. And immediately you all surround him. But you cannot see any facial expression from his blank slate of a face. His almost mask-like skin stretched across his dome. And he's going to take his sword. He's going to make 2 slashes. The first one is going to be against Thudrick. Thudrick, please make an avoid check. Since Gallium is an NPC, not a monster, he gets to make a roll himself against you.
Okay. That's also just a D10.
Yes, unless you have something that gives you cool avoid check stuff.
No, absolutely not. That's a 7 for me.
He also got a 7, and ties go to the player. So
Woo!
you,
Hell yeah.
as you lift your rock up, the black sword sings almost as it cuts through the air and slices a chunk of your stone off cleanly as it
Whoa!
clatters to the ground. And as it makes contact with the sword, there's just a huge shower of green sparks. And he's going to make another attack, this time a quick backhand against Victor. Since it's his second attack, it's a D12 against Victor's avoid. No, you cannot possibly roll high enough to. Yeah, he rolled an 11.
Nice.
Wrong game to be rolling high, man. Come on.
Yeah.
All right, that's his move and his action, so he's done. Next up, we have Thudrick.
Yeah.
Does medium not go first?
Oh,
yeah.
that's right,
What's
Smedium.
He's got a dagger.
Okay,
Yeah.
Smedium actually rolled a 1. And
Wow.
yeah, so he's actually going first, and he's getting the hell out of Dodge. He's going to use his movement, and he's going to use his, he's going to move here, and then action, move on into these pedestals to try to hide.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And that's his whole turn. Now
You're
it's
writing this
Thudrick.
stuff down.
Yeah, you better be mapping.
So many maps! His book is like flying out behind him, forgotten.
I think for Thud's turn, I just have to readjust my hold on my rock now that it's kind of unbalanced, but it's gonna be okay. I hold my rock with 2 hands, just kind of like swing it around and bring it down on Gallium's head.
All right, go ahead and make your attack roll versus Gallium's avoid.
Sorry. I know what I'm doing. I know what dice I'm rolling. 2.
It's a 5. You hit him square on. He loses 1 health.
Let's go.
You think you can break my rock?
Stop calling it that. And next up is Victor. Oh wait, no, you do get to move if you so choose. There's no opportunity attacks like in D&D, so you can stay here if you'd like.
No, I think I want to stay here. I'm only helpful in melee range.
All right. Next is
Okay.
Victor.
All right. Victor says, "Keep calling it a rock. Get in his head." And I will move to the next zone closer to Trid.
Mhm.
And then I'll ready my hand crossbow and take a shot.
All right. Move action and combat action. Go ahead and
Yeah.
make your attack.
Yeah, so I'm trying to aim for the hand. Try to see if I can disarm this guy.
Are you trying to disarm him or are you trying to do damage?
Disarm.
All right. In that case, that's going to be a contested check. I don't think he gets anything against it.
I don't get. Would I be using still the D8 for hand crossbow, or because it's a called shot, would I use a higher die?
Good question.
Because there is
Already
like a
finding
disarm
holes in the
ability.
game.
Yeah.
Because right
There's
now
just-
you would get to use your D8 because rules as written, basically you try to do something and anything that gives you that can apply to the check that gives you a higher die, like using a hand crossbow with which you get a D8, would apply.
Yeah.
So yes, you would get a D8, but he did roll a 4 on the check.
Okay. See if I can beat it. Oh baby, that's a 3.
Oh, there you go. The sword suddenly ting. The one bolt like cuts a tendon in his hand or something, and he just drops the sword. It goes flying as he swings it back for another strike, and it again plants itself tip first into the sand.
Hey, you dropped that.
Senior, what are you doing?
Oh, Senior really wants to cower underneath their shield, but seeing the sword fall essentially right in front of them, they're like, "Hey, sword is weaker than stone." And I'll like readjust the goggles and pull out the laser cutter and just go, "Nah!" and try and cut the sword in half.
Oh, cut the sword? Oh,
Isn't that I feel like the laser
Yeah.
cutter is to cut the obsidian, so I'm like, fuck your
Yeah.
sword.
hell yeah. Okay. Go ahead and make your check. This is going to be because you're using a laser cutter. Like I didn't tell you this earlier, but this laser cutter has a D8 to cut through like metal and rock and stuff like that. And since that's exactly what you're trying to do, you absolutely get a D8. I'm going to set the
Whoa.
difficulty, though, because this is combat and it's going to be kind of hard to do. I'm going to set the difficulty at a 3.
Okay. And then, so the effort points, if I spend the 3, I can, like...
If you spend 3
roll.
on yourself right now, you get to roll 2 dice.
And then I get them back if I fail?
You regain
A check?
1 effort point if you fail a check, and you regain
Yeah.
3 on a rest, but that's not going to apply. We're in the middle of a fight.
Okay. I really want to cut the sword. I'll spend the 3.
I
All
think
right.
you should.
Let's go.
This might fuck me for later, but we'll see. Okay. All right, come on. Oh, I got 3 exactly.
3 exactly.
Let's
That is.
go.
You take the laser cutter, turn the dial all the way to one side, and you can see basically this like pure white lightsaber about this long, just and overpowered like Kylo Ren style lightsaber, just go right through this sword like it's air, like there's nothing even there, and the handle and blade just come apart, and the handle falls with a dull thud into the sand. That's your action. Do you want to move?
Yes. I'm gonna scamper away to this zone, I think.
All right.
Huge plays.
Big plays.
Enormous. All right. Next up is the map.
No.
There is a sudden rumbling from underneath you as the sand begins to shift, and you look up around the opening above you, and 3 creatures, these small dragons, dive from the top down towards you. And as they're flying like bullets towards this combat, the places where they lifted off begin to pour sand. A trickle at first, but very quickly a torrent starting to fill up the room and immediately blocking your
Why is that good?
We were gonna leave anyway.
I would like to leave.
We'll dig a rig out.
Oh boy. Hell yeah.
The obelisk immediately begins to get buried. The part that Gallium was cutting at already covered underneath the sand. You're starting to have to lift your feet up in order to keep them from getting buried, and you get stuck.
Get to high ground.
And Smedium, already on high ground, says, I don't know if this is gonna be high enough! And he points at the towering area over here. And it looks like if you could climb through this, you might be able to get out. And that's exactly what Smedium's gonna do. He's gonna use both actions, one, and he's going to have to do a movement check, a pretty low difficulty movement check in order to get into the other one because it's already filling with sand. And with a 2, he succeeds on his move, so he does move 2 more zones. Next up is the dragons. They dive. One of them here, one of them here, and one of them diving straight towards Smedium.
Smedium!
No.
No!
Smedium, no! Those words were not something I was expecting to say today.
He dies. It's easier to take his coin first. So.
Not if it's buried under 5 tons of sand.
Damn, that's true.
So
Consider
the
the
sand dragons, the first one, for audience that is watching this now or after, the stat block I'm using for these is small wind dragons. So, as they speed towards you, they are moving 3 zones each turn. And this one right here moved the 3 zones and is going to open its mouth and a stream of sand, like a shoots towards you, Senior, like a bullet. And I need you to make an avoid check against its breath weapon.
Okay. Shit. It's a 7.
7's not enough. You take 1 damage, but you also get 1 effort back because you failed the check.
Yay. I'll take it.
This sand dragon over here is going to let out a torrent against Thudrick, so I need an avoid check from you. And the other one is going to make a melee attack against Trid/Smedium. And Smedium takes a hit.
Yeah, I also love a 7.
7. You lose 1 health and regain 1 effort as well. Next up is Gallium, who is going to take 2 swings. I'm double checking his abilities, but I think he can target the same person too. Nope, he can't target the same person twice. So he is going to... Actually, he's going to... Yeah, no, he's just going to attack Thudrick again. So I need an avoid check from you again. Ooh. You
His
got a
sword
2.
broke.
Yeah,
you'll
what's
see.
he attacking me with? Oh god, a
We'll
7.
see. Okay.
I roll 7 a lot, it feels like.
As he turns towards you, he sort of takes his hand and swipes it across your face. You can see his fungal-like hair swishes with his swipe, and it almost seems like sand appears out of nowhere and just pummels you from the sides, parts of it getting embedded into your skin, opening up millions of tiny cuts. You lose 1 more health and gain 1 more effort.
Okay. Should probably
It
start
seems
using
that this
effort,
guy can use some powers.
huh? Uh-huh.
All right. Next up in the reaction order is Ludric.
Sure is. Well, okay. Everyone's left me. I'm gonna attack him with my rock again.
All right. Rock above your head, just bring it down onto his. Go ahead and make
Yeah.
your attack.
God. I used all my good rolls earlier. I rolled an
And he
8.
got a 1, his avoid.
Oh shit.
He easily
Okay.
just takes half a step backwards, and the rock passes within half an inch of his face.
Oh, okay. This has been fun. I'm gonna come over here, hang out with Senior.
It is Victor's turn.
All right. How much of that obelisk is left visible?
Most of it. And
Most
it
of it still?
is in this zone. Sorry,
it's
I
in that
couldn't
zone,
find a
okay.
desert temple map with a black obelisk in time.
Oh yeah, okay. Good to know just where it is. Okay. I'm just gonna yell out to my teammates. Do we care about the obelisk, or are we just trying to leave?
That's the obelisk. How about that?
Cool.
We said we were gonna fucking kill him. You made a promise to me.
Oh boy. Okay. Right. Well, I'm gonna step over into the zone as well. Actually, the sand dragon is there.
Yeah, you're pretty surrounded.
I'm gonna stay in this zone. Like within the zone, can I start like going up the steps a little bit? Does that
Yeah.
matter
Yeah,
mechanically?
you can do whatever you want movement-wise
Okay.
inside a zone.
Okay, cool. So I'll like back up onto the steps, and I will. Guess I'll just take a shot at this guy.
All
There's
right.
not much else to do here.
Another avoid check for him. That's an 8.
2.
Hell yeah. As your arrow finds its purchase, sinking in between 2 pieces of his metallic armor, he loses 1 more point of health.
You're fighting a losing game, buddy.
He doesn't seem to respond. He is dead focused on eradicating you.
Yep. And then I guess for the rest of my turn, as like my free ready action, I'm gonna yell out to Thudrick. Start getting those ropes ready, maybe, so we can get out of here quick.
Got it.
All right. And with that, it is Senior's turn.
I'm going to grab the shield that I carry that's like basically my size, and I kind of like pull it over my head like a turtle. And I'll be like, okay, Adric, it's your turn. I'm scared. I mean, no, I'm not. And then I'm going to use shield cover, give everyone an avoid boost.
Gotcha. Nice. Can you read that out for us so we know what it does?
Yeah. I can use my combat action to use shield cover, which allows all allies in melee to use a d8 on avoid checks until the start of your next turn.
So everybody inside that zone, which is just Thudrick right now, gets to use a d8 on all avoid checks. All right. Are you? You're staying right there then, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I kind of like start like burying myself in the sand a little.
And it's very,
so
very
small.
easy as the sand continues to pour into the room, starting to cover most of your feet. It is starting to get very difficult to move in here. And first up after that is Smedium, who is just trying to ignore the dragon that just like opened a gash across his arm. And he is going to try to make a movement check to get into here. Which he barely succeeds. He gets there, and he's going to move again to get up to here. He's now very close to the surface outside of this cavern where he wants to be. There's still going to be an actual climb on rock to get out of here at the top, but he's up most of the stairs. Next up is dragons. That sand dragon's gonna let him go. All of them are starting to focus. You all recognize the same maddening red eyes that infects all monsters around obelisks. This one is going to keep its distance over here. This one is going to also fly around in a circle and take another dive bomb. This one's going to move forward. Each one of you needs to make an avoid check, and each dragon targets a different one with another sandblast attack.
Oh my god.
5.
I got a 9.
4. You guys use d8s? Well, Dallas always.
I did, yeah.
5 and 4 succeed. You don't take any damage. Thankfully, the shield repels both of those attacks. But Victor, you take the full blast of one. You lose 1 health and regain 1 health. Gallium is up next and is taking the sand that got blasted from the dragon's breath. And you can see him morphing it like an earthbender, making it fly around and come down again, targeting Thudrick. Another avoid check, still with a D8 though.
3.
He also got a 3, and ties go to the player. Barely scraping away as Senior quickly shifts the shield again, just like tilting their head.
Smallest little shield.
I actually have a large shield.
Precise.
It's huge to me. It's like a wall.
All right. With that, it is Thudrick's turn, and I will remind you, one way that you can use effort is to do combo attacks with your party.
Yeah, I just don't know if Senior wants me to throw him at Gallium.
You can. I can bite. As long as you gather me up like a little baby afterwards.
Okay. I can go for it. I will.
All right.
I'll do a combo attack. Can I toss Senior into that other space?
Oh yeah, I
like-
will 100% allow that. So mechanically how this will work is Thudrick will take the combo action. You will spend all 3 of your effort points. And then
Yes.
Senior, on your turn, you will move into Gallium's space. And when you attack, you get 1 extra die. And if you hit, you deal 1 extra damage because of the combo.
Ooh. All right.
Okay, little buddy. You gotta finish this yourself. Chuck you into the other, and pick you out of the sand and throw you into this other space.
I'm sorry, I have to ask for the sake of my mind's eye. Are you throwing Senior like a football, like a shot put, or like a hammer throw by the
You know
tail?
what I was kind of imagining was because you're like kind of buried in the sand with your like little shield on top, so I'm kind of imagining a frisbee-esque situation where I can like frisbee you with your shield.
Wait.
Just spinning
That's-
constantly.
Which
Just like spread eagled, spinning. I hope I land mouth first.
Well, we know that
phrase I
tail's
say
got
constantly.
barbs too.
All right. That is Thudrick's turn, unless you want to move.
I don't think I do. I don't want to
All
leave
right.
Senior too far away. I'm
Staying
just gonna
right
kind of
next to
stand
the
next to this
obelisk.
obelisk. Yeah.
All right, Victor, you're next.
All right. Victor's gonna run in here, see Senior getting absolutely yeeted, and can I make a check to see what I do here? Because Victor is torn between getting the thing he needs to complete his life and start living again, or deal with this creature in front of him.
There is a third option. You can, because combo moves can stack.
Oh, true.
You can do a full party combo and roll like 5 dice and do 5 damage.
Yeah, we're gonna do that, I think. Oh boy. Okay.
So, but how do you assist with this fastball?
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to. If he had eyes, I could try to blind him, but he doesn't have eyes. Just a face. Alright, I'm gonna use the. Alright, I'm gonna try to chunk off a piece of the obelisk and MacGyver like a dagger or something, and then use the tongs to yeet it towards Senior so that they can have a little obsidian dagger to stab this guy's face with. And that's what I'll assist with.
So you take the tongs, attach them to the obelisk, and bend, and you hear a crack as a shard pings off, still held in the tongs' grip. You use them to sort of fling
Senior,
towards
catch.
Senior. How do you catch this, Senior? I gotta ask.
Oh my god. Well, I had my mouth open because I thought I was gonna bite, so I guess I catch it in my mouth.
We've been practicing this move for ages.
Yes! Finally, after all the practice, it's paid
Finally
off.
working.
Senior, spinning through the air like a frisbee, catches the shard of obsidian, and finally it is Senior's turn.
Oh boy.
So you move into Gallium's zone, target him with an attack. He has to try to make an avoid check, but because your party members both comboed with you, you get to roll 2 dice on whatever attack you want to make. And if you hit, you do 2 additional damage for a total of 3.
Okay. I still want to use my infect move.
Yep, that's still an attack, so
Okay.
that'll work.
Okay. Okay. So I roll 2d10. This is so
Is it
stressful.
only 2 dice, or is it?
It would be 3.
3 total.
You get 1 for the normal attack,
Oh,
1 from the
shit.
first
Okay.
combo, and 1 from the second.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay. 3 is the.
3 total, or not total, 3 is the lowest.
Yeah.
Well, on his avoid check, he rolled a 10.
Oh shit!
He was
Get
not
fucked.
ready for this.
Not
Nope.
at all.
Guess
What
you didn't
do you
see that
do?
one coming, eh? No eyes.
Oh goodness. Okay. So I think as I land with the obsidian, I do like an initial like scrape across his like featureless face, and then I just like start like a cat, and I just like glob the nastiest like kind of black green grody phlegm into the wound that I made. And I start like patting it to make sure it went in.
And all this time, while he's trying to throw you off of his face, swiping at you and missing, he takes 3 damage, which is insane in Sagas.
Also, Because I have rank 2 for infect, the initial attack deals a damage as well.
Right, so the 1 damage from the initial attack, 1 from combo 1, and another from combo 2 for 3 total.
Get gangrene, bitch!
And you just hear inside your heads this painful metallic scream just ringing out, making your vision blur slightly. That is your turn. The sand continues to pour into this cavern. Gallium himself is now about... no, because you only get... Your movement only allows for 1 zone of movement.
Gotcha.
You have, like, stuff that gives you more.
Okay.
Sand continues to fill. Almost everything is underneath. Gallium himself is covered up to his chest already in this sand. Thudrick and Victor, you're having to scramble to stay on top of it. Senior, you're attached to this guy's head. And Smedium is way up here. And
Good
he's gonna
hustle,
take his
guy.
turn. He's gonna move here, and he's gonna try to climb out. Floor dice don't count. That is not enough. He tries to find a foothold and handhold, but he just stands there trying to find a way out of this place. And he's gonna like run over to one of these pillars and see if he can like back and feet against the walls and try to inch his way up that way.
Clever.
But that's his turn.
Shame I've got all his rope and pulleys.
Next up is the dragons, who are still aflight. And I think all 3 of them are going to descend into this same square. So now this zone has a lot of people in it. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 capacity. So there's still 3 left.
I do count as 4, though, right?
Ah.
Because I'm big.
So there is actually 9 capacity. If 1 more person moves into this zone, nobody's going to be able to attack. It'll be too cramped.
Except for me, I can attack when the zone is filled up capacity.
Hell
Because
yeah.
I'm big.
Say the catchphrase, Bart.
That's what you get for being big.
All right, the dragons are all going to attack. 2 against Victor and 1 against Thudrick. Make a void checks, please.
Good.
Oh boy.
4.
First one's a 4.
Those both succeed.
Second one's a 2.
Also succeeds. These dragons are small, but not that lethal. They begin pestering you and are annoying at best.
Like big mosquitoes. Jeez.
Giant mosquitoes, like. All right, that's their turn. Now it is Gallium's turn. Gallium is going to, still trying to get Senior off his head, and you can hear some deep chanting, and he makes a symbol with his hands, hooking 2 fingers against each other, and he just vanishes and reappears over here on top of the sand. And immediately he's beginning again to swirl the sand around him like he's going to attack again, but that's his turn. Thudrick.
Ida.
I want to help Senior. How is Senior okay? Does he look like he's gonna be able to crawl his way back over to our?
Senior's still on
I
top
have
of
my
the sand.
shield, so I could like sit on my shield and try and
All right, Senior's fine. I'll try to hit one of these sand dragons. I guess that's nearby.
All right, going for that boy.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make your attack.
Ah.
That was the
Ooh,
same.
1.
A 1. That is a crit. You deal 2 damage.
Die.
And double checking. Yeah, they've only got 3 health, so he's almost dead already.
Ooh. And then I will move into gallium space. Also because if senior comes in here, over capacity, right?
So as you take your rock and you swing it towards the sand dragon, you catch it as it's flying in between the obelisk and your rock, and you can see this huge like arc of green shoot right through it and freeze it in place between your rock and the obelisk, and then you just smash it up against the stone, and it sort of like onto the ground and slowly tries to clamber its way back above the sand and get flying again, but you clearly broke all of its bones.
Excellent.
And that was your movement, and after Thudrick is Victor.
All right. I'm going. How's Gallium looking?
Real bad after that infected face wound.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
One
Hey, no
thing to
face.
consider, just so you know, you've seen before when I've done this that it can continue to like affect the person afterwards.
Oh, true.
So just keep that in mind.
It gets infected real fast.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So just because I can do that again, but I don't think I can cast this again. So
Right. All right. Think for Victor's action, he's gonna try to break off a big piece of the obsidian, so, like enough to be, to do his job,
Mm-hmm.
and then he's gonna make a break for it to try to get higher ground before turning and dealing with Gallium.
All right. Are you just using the tongs again to break off a piece of obsidian?
Yeah, I think he'll do that again because it seemed to work pretty well last time.
All right. Because these tongs aren't actually meant for breaking off the obsidian, I'm gonna have you roll a check. You won't get like bonuses from using the tongs. Yeah, but roll me a check to see how much you get.
Okay. Gotcha. 7.
You get a shard that's about the same size as the one you broke off for Senior's wound. It might
It's
be
not enough. It's not
Maybe.
enough. I don't think that's enough.
All right.
Victor will stay put then.
All right. Senior, your turn.
oh boy, how like solid are these dragons? Like, are they made of sand?
Flesh
like
and bone. But
Okay.
they breathe sand, looks like.
Great. So I'll like kind of luge myself over on my shield and then like sling it back onto my back like a turtle shell, and then just go like and try and like gremlin scamper up the dragon. Just because it seems like it's the highest thing nearby.
So the two of the dragons are in the air right now, and the other one is on the ground the wounded one is on the ground trying to get up. Are you going after the wounded one to try to clamber on top?
Yeah, I guess so, because it already looks like it's pretty fucked. So I'm just gonna like go and like, excuse me. And as I'm doing that, the poisonous loogie just, I guess, starts to seep into Gallium's bloodstream.
That's
and he
what you're
takes
using your
another,
action for, okay.
Yeah, it takes another damage.
Just automatically takes another point of damage. You can see the infection begin already. The cut is now a sickening shade of green, and it's already starting to ooze a little bit and like grow and puff out. It's not a pretty sight. Next up is top of initiative. The map or sand. Almost everything is now under the sand. You've all had to try to clamber your way on top of this stuff. And it's starting to get more and more difficult to stay afloat. It's medium. Everyone forgets every round. I know I do until I find his name in initiative.
I'll never forget Smedium.
Smedium is going to crawl further towards the light He's gonna make an attempt to shimmy his way up between the rock and the pillar. And fails. He's not strong enough to do it. He cannot manage to get out of this place, and he might get buried here. The dragons, it is their turn. Obviously, the wounded one is going to attempt to attack Senior, as Senior tries to clamber on top. Oh, we'll do the other ones first because Christy stepped away for a second. Let's see. I think we'll go with one against each of you again. So Thudrick and Victor, please make some more avoid checks as the sand dragons spit a further torrent of rocks, grains of rock in your direction.
Question. Yeah.
Ooh, perfect
Nice.
success.
Question for you from before. Did I technically fail that check to pull the obsidian?
Because you were trying to pull enough, and we determined that you did not pull enough, yes, that would be a fail.
Okay, so I'll take 1 effort point then. And then I get a 9 for my avoid check, so I will take
That
it.
is not enough. You take another point of damage and get 1 more effort.
Amazing.
And another one is going after Senior.
After Senior.
It's an 8.
Just rolled with it. An 8. You also take a damage and regain an effort point as the sand dragon turns around and starts to claw at your front with all 4 of its legs. All right. After the dragons, it is Gallium's turn, who is going to make another sand attack as it wields its cloak of sandstorm all around it. Thudrick, please make an avoid check.
5.
You got a 3. Take
Yeah.
1 more point of damage and gain 1 effort.
How is Thudrick looking?
Not great. On a
Somewhat
scale of
disappointed, I
1
would
to
say.
6. Like mechanically bloodied? Is that a thing in the
There's
scale?
no mechanically bloody, but once you hit 0, that's not necessarily the end. You can spend effort to keep going.
Yeah.
Let's see. After Gallium is Thudrick.
Oh, I just want this guy to die.
Welcome up.
Annoyed.
I'm gonna hit him with my big rock again. Woo! It's a 2.
He also got a 2.
Oh my god.
That is 1 more point of damage, and he's looking like he's on his last legs.
Oh my
As you
god.
just clock him over
Let
the
me
head
put
with
you
your
out
boulder.
of your
It's
misery.
still glowing green with the power from the nearby obelisk. Occasional sparks of energy shoot between these 2 objects. But you're still using it to just clobber people. I think fantastic.
I don't understand magic. I don't know what that is. Just hit people with my rock. Senior Victor, we should head towards the... Get out of here.
Head towards the get out of here. Great
Yeah,
plan.
head towards the get out of here. The
Wait, Patrick.
thing's behind me.
Wait for me, please.
Victor's up next.
Yeah, I'll be right there. I just gotta get a little bit more.
You are now like buried up to your waist in sand as you try to get another shard off of this. Now it's like the top of the obelisk. It's about
Yep.
to go under itself.
Yep, gotta get a little bit more. Come on. 6.
6. You get another small shard. Another failed check. And another effort point.
Okay. Oh, shit. Okay, well. Here we go. And I'm just gonna run into the area with Gallium.
This is now very difficult terrain. You're going to need,
Yeah.
need to make a check to make that move.
All right, sure-footed, don't fail me now. It sure failed me now. 7.
Oh no! You are stuck there. You're not
Oh,
completely
God.
buried, but it is hard to get on top of this stuff.
Oh boy. Hey, senior, little hand.
Hey, but that's another effort point.
Senior.
The fuck am I supposed to do?
Can I
Tiny
go above
little
3
guy,
though?
help!
Can I go above 3?
No, you cannot go above 3.
Okay, so yeah, I'm at max then. Could I have used effort to help my roll there?
Yes, but you have to declare it before you make the roll.
Yeah, that's fair.
Senior, you're
Okay.
up next.
Okay. I cannot assist, unfortunately. But Thudrick can. So I'm gonna try and I guess did the dragon throw me off?
No, you're still tangled with the thing.
Okay. I'm gonna try and use it as a launch pad to get to Thudrick if I can.
All right.
And then yeah.
So that's your movement. It's going to require a check.
Yeah. Oh, please. I'm so little. Oh, Jesus. Okay. It's a 3?
3 is plenty to get across into the next zone.
Yeah, so I'll just kind of like launch myself off the dragon and then like onto Thedric's shoulders.
Sand
And then-
dragon getting now buried in sand. Senior on back in the most comfortable position.
And then from the top of Thedric's head, I'll just spit on Gallium, and he can take 1 more point of damage.
And that's his last point of damage.
Uh,
You literally spit onto Gallium, and as it just nails him right in the forehead, he just sort of and falls backwards, unmoving, quickly buried underneath the sand that is continuing
what I
to
think.
fill this cave.
That's what I think of your offer. Let it be known that I am the only special one in this realm. And so it shall remain. Frederick, let's get the fuck out of here.
Fucking dead thing.
Dead.
I love that.
Fatality.
Fatality.
Frederick, I think Victor needs help getting out of here.
Yep, anytime. Anytime.
I mean, Victor, you put yourself in this mess, but
So close. I just need a little more.
And within but moments, Senior is completely buried underneath the sand. And now
What?
that the
I'm on
room
top
is
of Frederick.
He means Victor, but yeah.
Or, sorry, yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, not Victor. Gallium is completely buried. The dead body
Oh, okay.
is
Yeah.
gone. But with this new one, the entire room is almost completely full. And I need everyone that is on the ground to make a check to stay above the sand. So
Does
Senior
being
and the
strong
2
help me in
flying
this
sand
scenario?
dragons do not have to make this check.
Cool. Does sure-footed help me here?
Yes, I would say so.
what about
I can't
being
help.
strong and or big?
I can't help Frederick. Right? I'm a sidekick.
You don't have to spend. Oh wait, no. Help is an out of combat thing. Combo is what you
Okay.
have to use in combat.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm going to spend my effort points to roll 2 die.
All right.
I don't want to
And
die.
yes, Thudrick, I would say that big and or bodybuilder would fly.
First one was a
One,
7.
baby.
Oh my god, you're rolling so well now.
Well, I'm very strong.
Yeah. First one was a 7. Second one was a 5.
5 is just barely enough. You are not
Oh.
completely buried, but you're still like up to your waist at this point. Thudrick,
Please.
you're totally fine. With one heave, you like grab the top of the obelisk and just and you're just out of the sand. The sand dragon that was here is suddenly completely buried and is no more.
Unfortunately.
The other two flying around, though, they still get their turns. As does our good friend Smedium.
Medium.
Yeah.
Can't forget about Smedium.
All right, come on, Smedium. Do the thing. 3! Smedium gets out. He climbs the 10 feet of wall that's there, manages to get
Wow.
on top, and shouts back, "I'm out! Come on, hurry!"
You got it, bud.
Next up is the dragons. They are going to... need to roll some dice. They're mindless creatures. They'll attack what they see. No, I'm not gonna roll dice for this. They both have to attack the closest thing. Victor, 2 avoid checks, please.
Seems good. A 4 and a 7.
4 succeeds. The 7 does not. Failure and an effort point and a 1 point of damage. As one of them shoots its sand breath towards you, and you quickly put up your arms, but as you do, the other one just rakes against your back.
Ow.
Ow, indeed. Gallium is dead, so he doesn't get a turn. Haha. Thudrick, you're up.
Okay.
How many-
I got it.
How many effort points do you have?
1.
Okay, never
Mm-hmm.
mind.
I think I have to go back into this other zone to try to get Victor out, do I not?
You would. I would say that you don't need to make a movement check to do that, though, because... Ooh, I forgot to reveal the next layer. Pretty much everything is down underneath, and at this point, I'm going to say the obelisk is also entirely buried. You can see just like the barest tip of it sticking out of the top. So you still have a chance to get at it, Victor, but you're going to need something better than tongs, it seems.
Like the sledgehammer I'm carrying? Fascinating. I got Senior on my neck, but I'm gonna use my turn to try to grab Victor and like throw him over from my other shoulder.
All right. Yeah, I'll make this a check. And yes, you benefit from bodybuilder. Grab Victor by
2?
one arm and easily with a 2 just sling him over your back.
Okay.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
Yep.
All right, next
We're
up
very
is you,
slowly
Victor.
gonna make our way out of here.
Yep.
You can see the tip of that obelisk still exposed from Thudrick's back, and as you turn around, you can see it in plain view.
Oh, I gotta go for it. I gotta go for it. Oh, crap.
Wait. Can you delay your turn?
Yes, you can permanently delay your turn.
Because if it you can delay it so it's on par with mine, I can pass you the laser cutter. Or you're right next
Oh,
to
yeah.
me if you
I
want.
will-
It's like in
I'll
my
hold-
it's in my belt, so you could take it out of my belt if you want.
Yeah, either I'll hold my action to do that, or I will just take it from Senior's belt.
I'll say you can just take it.
Hell yeah. Alright, spin this thing up.
All right, and now you get your D8 to cut this thing.
Come on, baby. 5.
You swing just wildly trying to hit it, and you just severed the barest tip off. You get a piece about the size of your fist.
It'll have to do.
And with those 3 pieces that you've cut off, maybe it'll be enough.
And I guess if I'm over Thudrick's shoulder, should I move or just stay on your shoulder? All right.
You think you can scamper over there?
Yeah, I think I'll start moving.
All right.
Let's move
So
to the
you
next zone.
scamper over there, stepping on what used to be gallium.
Step on what used to be gallium a few more times.
Stomp,
Idiot.
stomp, stomp, stomp. Oh, my
Yeah,
feet are buried.
stupid man.
All right, that is Victor's turn. Senior.
I don't think I can really do anything because I'm much better suited just to stay on Patrick to guy here. So I think I'm just gonna hang out.
You could hold your action for something.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I'll pull out my little dagger that I have and just start like kind of waving it over Budrick's head in case any of the sand dragons come down.
So you're holding your action to attack a sand dragon that comes in melee.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that's your turn. The sand continues to rise. Almost entirely buried now. Nothing but the regal-looking dog and the partial bit of altar sticking above the sand. Constant climbing above this stuff has made you exhausted, and you still have a ways to go to get outside of this pit.
Mm-hmm.
First up is Smedium. Come on, guys, you can do it! Next up,
Speed him, you have
Yeah.
rope. Throw some rope down, bud.
I don't think he does. I think-
I think I have
Oh.
all
Yeah, Thudrick has all of the
never mind.
rope, and
You handed me all the things. Everything we've collected.
not only just
I
carrying
have.
every single object, but also every person.
True. No pressure,
Yeah.
Thudrick.
I'm on my own feet right now. Just saying.
Yeah, well. we'll see how
Gallium
that
is
goes.
still dead. Oh no, the dragons get to go.
I'd
Yay.
rather they didn't.
Well, they don't care what you rather.
Wow. Harsh.
Rude.
Attacking the closest target and the biggest target. 2 avoid checks, please, Thudrick.
I stabbed them, or one of them. Right.
Oh, you did not move into here. Yeah, we'll say you get an attack against, because you would have moved with Thudrick, because you're on
Yeah.
Thudrick's shoulders.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make your attack.
I rolled a 5 and a 3.
Both of those are successes.
And I rolled a 3 to hit.
That is also a success. These dragons
Nima!
have met their match.
Don't you mess with big, medium, small ever again.
Half drowning in sand.
That's their turn. Thudrick, you're up.
I'm just gonna move twice.
Yeah.
All right, with Senior on your back, you're gonna have to make checks for both
Oh,
of these.
maybe. Is there like an object? Can you like hand an end of rope to Victor and then move twice?
I don't know. Can I do that?
I will. I'll say that's not an action. Rules is
Okay.
written that doesn't. That's not like something that fits in well, but it does say that your action has to be making a check, and handing rope to someone doesn't require a check.
Okay. Well, then
Just
yeah,
in
I will
case.
attempt to move into here, hand him that piece of rope, hold on to the other side, and then continue on this one.
All right, so you're gonna have to make 2 move checks. Both of them are gonna be pretty easy. The difficulty is gonna be 7. You have to roll a 7 or lower.
You got this.
Okay. Sorry. And do I get to roll my bodybuilder for being?
I'm gonna say no for this one, and just because the balancing out of you being so big and heavy, making it difficult to run across this sand.
That's fair. Okay, that's an 8 and a 2.
All right, so you move 1.
I'll get
and
here.
You fail a check, so you get an effort point.
Okay.
Victor, you're up.
All right. Well, I'm gonna take that rope and I'm gonna move zones to hop on top of this altar
All right.
and see if I can go further again to the next one.
Okay, that is going to be 2 checks as well. Difficulty
Okay.
is still 7.
Right. Nice. It's a 2 and a 5.
Hell yeah. 2 successes, you get to the zone you're trying to get to.
Okay, I hop up on here.
Climbing
Right.
on top of the
Yeah.
canine
Try to
idol.
like center myself and like set my feet and wrap the rope around my forearm to try to like somehow hold the weight of Frederick if they start to fall, but it's hopeful thinking.
Quickly wrap it around something and your forearm, just pull. Give Thudrick something to grab onto. Senior.
Okay, I'm going to pull out my shield again and just like hold it up over myself and Thudrick, the way Thudrick was at the beginning, holding the rock above us, just to keep the dragons off.
Drawing
As
an
we run.
excellent parallel, you put the shield above both of your heads. Your shield cover ability, I assume?
Yes. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. The map is revealed. Oh no. There is no more maps. That's
The
it.
void.
The room continues to fill with this sand. The altar now almost buried itself. It's difficult. The sand is up to in between your knees and waist. Trying to trudge through this is going to be very hard. That is going to bring us to Smedium. You know, he shouts encouragement, moving on.
I'm so glad we brought him.
He's been so useful.
He's like the Benny of the mummy.
I think he's more like the Jonathan because he's not actively trying to fuck us over.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
The sand dragons are both going to attack Thudrick. This one's going to move 2 zones over here. This one's going to move 2 over here.
So you have a D8.
5, yeah.
Yep.
And a 1.
Those both succeed. Man, I should have thrown harder dragons at you guys. All right, that is their turn. Next up is Thudrick.
I'm gonna try to move 2 again. Get here, and then up to where Victor is.
It's going to be a check. The sand
Yeah.
is continuing to fill. This place is almost all the way filled to the brim now. Everything almost completely buried. This is going to be 2 checks. Both of them are going to be difficulty 5.
Cool. Yeah.
You got this. Come on.
Okay,
Just roll a
that's
1.
8.
Okay. Just now roll a 1.
And that's a 6, in fact.
Okay.
Okay.
2
okay,
failures.
Okay,
That's
okay,
2
okay,
effort
okay,
points.
Okay. Well, yeah. Uh-huh.
Stuck in the same spot, slowly getting buried alive. Thudrick and Senior are in trouble.
I'm gonna hand the rope to Senior. I'll let go of it myself. Just say, Victor can pull you.
You're fucked if you think I believe in you here.
You can scamper on the rope.
I know. I don't want to leave Thudrick though.
Victor, it's your turn.
Do it,
Okay.
Senior. You have so much to bring to this world.
Alright, I was seeing what I can do here. Okay. Is there any sort of like loose stone or anything around here?
Because this is at like the very top, all the loose stone has been buried
Been
already.
buried? Okay. Is there anything I could like securely tie this rope to help?
You could move over to one of the
Thudrick.
pillars.
Yeah, okay, I'll do that.
All right, yeah, you move over to you do your move to get to that zone, still on
Yeah.
this side of the cliff,
Mhm.
and you secure it to the pillar. I'm gonna make that a check.
Okay.
Make sure it's
Can I use
actually
handy for
secure.
this?
Handy is for specifically repairing stuff. I'm gonna say no.
Okay. All right. Go. 7.
With the 7, you manage to loop the rope around a couple times and hold on tight, praying it won't slip.
Okay. I'm just gonna
That's your
keep a
move
hand
and
on
your
it
action.
too, just in case.
All right, Senior, you're up. Time to make a decision.
Are we still technically in combat? I guess because the dragons are here, right? I don't know. You have enough points to do a combo, but I don't. So I can't help you.
I do now.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to think of anything that would help. So technically my shield is large. So I think what I'm going to do is just put it down so that Cedric can get on it, and then I'm going to take the end of the rope and I'm going to tie it super tightly around Cedric, and then
Okay.
be like, Victor, medium, pull, and then I don't know what to do. Maybe I'll scamper up the rope and start trying to pull too.
All right. You, I will say that just wrapping, are you trying to tie it off, or are you just trying to wrap it a couple times around Thudric's forearm and then run?
I mean, Thudric's strong enough to hold on to the rope, so I think just wrapping it around will be enough to give him the hint, don't give up. So then I'll just wrap it. I won't fully tie it.
Okay. That won't take a check, so you can use both actions to move.
Okay. So
It's
then
going to be like earlier difficulty. Well, with the rope. With the rope there.
my hope is
I will
kind of I
say-
could scamper along the rope.
Oh yeah, okay. Scampering along the rope would be a different medium entirely. But it is still gonna be a check for balance and stuff.
Okay.
Difficulty is going to be 7.
Okay. Let's go. Oh fuck off! That's an 8.
Oh no! You scamper along the rope, and you immediately slip off and catch yourself on one arm. You do have another movement though, so you can make another check, and you
Okay.
get an effort point back.
That's good.
So that was your movement. Now this is move again for your combat action.
Yeah. Come on. Roll a fucking 8. Are you kidding me? I think the last time as I slipped, my tail caught and I was like, phew, and then I just start sliding back down the rope until I
Right
land
in front
back
of
onto
Cedric.
back into Cedric. Hey.
Okay, that's not what I meant. I wanted you to go all the way up there.
Yeah, I wanted that for me too.
All right.
You have my
after
shield.
Senior,
Another effort point for you.
Oh, true.
That's right,
Oh,
more
I have
effort.
I have combo now, so we can
Oh,
combo.
did I get one for fucking up tying that thing?
Yes.
Great.
Okay.
So
I have enough
you are
to
going
combo
to
with you.
The room fills with even more sand. Thudric, you are buried now up to your neck. And Senior, you're also having trouble staying above, clutching onto the rope for dear life. All right, and in that state, the dragons attack.
Oh.
One of them is
Get
going
outta
to
here.
attack Thudric. The other one is going to attack Senior.
Oh, 8.
No.
5.
5 succeeds, but Thudrick takes 1 point of damage.
Uh-huh.
Oh no.
All right, that's the dragon's turn. They're just hovering there in place, just pot shots of blasts of sand down towards the 2 that are getting buried. All right. Next up after the dragons is you, Thudrick.
Yeah.
Does Smedium do anything? Can you climb down to help?
Medium, I swear to God.
Okay, does medium technically have effort? Because if the four of us could stack, just getting
And-
this rope.
NPCs don't have effort.
Damn,
That makes sense.
medium, you're no good to me.
Smedium's probably never been any good to him. Let's be honest.
Yeah, that's why I got sent
That's
here all
not a
alone.
nice map.
They were probably
Okay.
hoping he'd not come back.
So this rope isn't really helping me, right?
The rope is helping. The difficulty is is slightly easier because you're holding onto a rope that has Victor in it.
Yeah.
Victor, do you have 3? No, okay, so we can do a double stack at least.
Well, yes. Now I don't know what the best way to do that is though. Like I can
Me neither.
use all 3 of them to give myself an extra die. We're not
You
hitting
can
anything,
hold-
so we don't.
You can hold your action to then go when Senior would offer the help as well.
Yeah.
You can hold your action until Senior is ready to combo.
Okay. And then we could use multiple die to move.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do that then. I was just kind of trying to wiggle myself out of the sand a little bit, get ready
Alright.
to pull
You
myself
do still
forward.
get like a straight move check right now.
Oh, okay. I can. Yes. Okay. I'll try to move.
At this point, though,
It's a
the
10.
It's a 10.
Yeah. Sure.
Nope.
It's like
No
0.
for you. And you are starting to have to crane your neck to still be able to breathe above the sand, the weight beginning to compress your chest. All
Yep.
right, Victor.
I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna
Maybe
hold
just
my
pull?
action to pull on the rope when I see them like really going for it, just to try to assist in some way, shape, or form.
All right, I'm going to say that this can be this will be a separate check,
Okay.
as you're trying to pull them out. I don't think there'd be any benefit to holding your action at that point.
Okay.
So you can roll your own check now to try to drag Thudrick out of the sand a little bit.
Okay. Come on, buddy. We still got more to go. 2.
Yes, you just significantly lowered the difficulty of the check that that Thudrick is gonna have to make to get out of this and onto the altar. All right, Senior.
All right, let's freaking combo this. I think using the shield as sled probably won't really work, so I'm gonna start like my assistance in this is gonna be like using it to like dig.
Use the
Like the
shield the
sand.
size of you to try to like move a little bit
Maybe.
of sand out of the front. Oh, okay,
I don't know.
all right.
I don't know how I would help otherwise. I
Nah,
could
it
maybe
works.
not.
I like it. All right, you
Kinda,
have
like make it so like, yeah.
You dig out a little bit of space, and Thudrick, your held action goes off with Senior's combo and your attempt. You get to roll 2 dice. The lowered difficulty comes down to a 7.
Because I have sidekick, combo actions add an additional dice.
Oh, so you get 3 dice.
Genius.
Come on, Thudrick. surely this time.
Surely.
Come on.
Oh, that's a 4.
That's a 4. You are out of the sand. You get onto the altar, Senior being dragged along with you for the ride, and Victor pulling on, and freaking Smedium. Yeah, good job, guys.
Woohoo!
I'm gonna freaking kill you, Smedium.
Yeah.
What? I'm just cheering you on.
Speedum, you better fucking start running, dude.
The sand yet again continues to fill the altar. Already your feet are starting to get buried. You're going to have to get up this and up to the pillars if you want to survive. It is the dragon's turn. They're going to take
off.
1 attack each against Senior and Thudrick. And while they do, they're going to move here, keeping you flanked the whole time.
Oh god. So 9.
5.
The 5 succeeds, the 9 does not. 1 effort point back,
Weird.
1 damage. After the dragons, it is back to you, Thudrick.
Oh god. So did I have to use my effort points in that last one?
Yes, you used your 3 effort
I did.
points to give you... Oh, no. No, you didn't.
Yeah, because then she would have rolled 4 die.
Right, and you only rolled
Oh.
3. So no, you still
I
have
did only
those.
roll 3, yeah. Great. I should probably use them now to continue to try to hop forward.
All right, with Senior on your back, it's going to be another difficulty 7.
Okay. Ooh, double 5s.
Excellent. You easily make your way all the way to the that center zone right there, next to Victor, right beneath Smedium/Trid, and Senior on your back. That was your movement. You still have an action.
Okay. Are there like things on this rock face that I could grab onto?
It's a
and try to
rough,
climb?
really rough rock face, so you can use your action to climb. Like,
I will do that to try to scamper my way out of here.
and I think bodybuilding.
Oh. Okay, it's a 5.
5 is enough to get up this. It's only
Okay.
like 10 feet of rock.
Wow. Okay, all right. Well,
You're
see you
laying
later.
rock.
Stronger than Smedium.
To the top. Right here with Senior above Victor. And the sand
There is
dragons.
still a rope between the two of us, though.
There is.
True.
Okay. So I can
And Victor,
do
it's your
as
turn.
much as I can.
All right. I'm gonna take a shot at one of these sand dragons and then get the hell out of Dodge.
All right. Make your attack.
That's a 6.
A 6 is what you need.
Oh, good.
All right.
Bolt fires, hits it in the shoulder, kind of readjusts, and
The
then I
dragon
will.
is looking heavily wounded. Actually makes a move to turn and fly away.
Yeah, you better run, and I'm gonna start running myself.
And go ahead and make your movement check to get up the cliff. Join your
I'm
companions.
assuming sure-footed doesn't help me here.
Oh yeah, it would.
Oh,
With
what?
with
Okay.
it's a movement check and it's going across a rock face.
6.
6 for this is not enough. You need a 5 to get
Yeah.
up to the top of this thing.
Cool,
So
I'll
you're
take
like
that.
attached to the side, part way up.
Trying to climb up this wall, and my feet keep slipping.
Senior, your turn.
Victor's in the same zone as us, so I'm gonna do shield cover again. Just in case the
Protect from the
dragons.
sand dragons, right?
Yeah.
The sand continues to fill. Victor, it's already brushing the bottoms of your feet. Everything now has been entirely covered, except for these 2 pillars that extend out of this pit. And Smedium is going to run over and try to assist. He's going to try to pull you up, Victor.
Oh, now he's helping.
He only took the threat of death, I guess.
And he rolls a 1.
Oh my god. The true
Medium
hero,
cracked.
Medium.
I gotcha. And you just
Oh
fly
my god,
out
you
of
actually
this.
got me. Whoa! Face down in the sand, feet sprawled outward.
And with that, we will leave the map, but we are going to remain in combat because you still have 2 dragons to deal with. Actually, I take that back. There's no way that these dragons are going to be able to defeat you. So we're going to call it, I'm just going to ask, how do you want to kill these last 2 things? Because they're not going to give up, and they're both pretty weak.
If one of them flies like close trying to attack me and Thedric again, I'll bite it as it goes by. And then infect it.
As you do, you bite it and you chomp down, and as it flies by, these things are really, really fast, even for dragons. And as you chomp down, the momentum actually rips its head off of its own body. And you got a little snack in your
Whoa.
mouth.
Oh, yummy.
Smedium, would you like some?
No, I think I'm...
I think when Victor pulls his head out of the sand, he just like lazily fires a crossbow shot at the other one to knock it out of the sky. Yeah.
Just in the distance.
It makes that exact scream, oddly enough.
You see like a little tiny puff of cloud poof from the sand from where it falls. And
Holy
the
crap.
sun blares down onto you. Hot, already scorching, impossibly bright. But you're all alive. You have some that obsidian obelisk.
Victor just opens up his hand and he's been like death gripping this stuff and just like bleeding a little bit.
Ugh.
Yeah, this might be enough. I don't know.
I mean, we got the gems too.
That's true. Yeah, it might be enough.
What if it's enough? That means you're gonna leave us.
Yeah, well, honestly, after that one, I don't know how much more of this I got in me.
When you said this was your
Obsidian and
last
I would have
one,
made it out there.
yeah.
We know Smedium didn't help.
Yes, Medium, you really shit the bed.
I got your friend out. Victor, I got you out, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
You did? Look, it doesn't mean we're never gonna see each other again. And I would love you guys to come with me and, you know, come see the shop, come meet my dads. I think they'd like you after, you know, maybe some getting used to. Senior, no offense.
What do you mean?
You're right. I shouldn't have spoken like that. But yeah, it's just I made an oath, you know. I want to, for once in my life, do something I promised to do. So,
Well, you already did, because we fucking killed that guy, and that's what I wanted, so
so do
that
you
worked
think
out.
maybe you could help me do this?
I'll take it into
Yeah.
consideration.
All I ask.
I mean, Victor, you're a really good friend. I kind of think this rock I'm carrying might be a node also. So we might be able to
What?
get some money for this. He was doing some funky stuff back there.
Yeah, I saw some like lightning or something happening. It was very cool.
Yeah,
like,
I
hey, I
did
don't
get
want
it
you to-
from a ruin.
Yeah. I don't want you to give up your rock though. It's like your thing.
Yeah, I do like this rock a lot.
Yeah, no. Look, if what we have isn't enough, I'll find another way to make the dough. But I just don't know if it's gonna be doing any more of this crazy stuff, because, oh boy. That's like one of my biggest fears that we just faced. Being buried alive by sand? No thank you.
That's very specific.
Is there totally okay to say no? Is there any way we could flash back to like when I cut the sword in half? Because I wrote in my thing that my tail is the one that usually steals, and I'm not really like paying attention to it. Any chance I could see if I grabbed like
check.
the sword?
Roll a check.
Damn, nope, it's a 10. Just kidding. Just thought I'd see.
We can make more swords.
Yeah.
Probably
We
not
do have that
obsidian
cast.
ones.
Well,
I mean-
technically, the contents of the ruin is the property of the company.
Hey, medium? Shut the fuck up.
Yes, sir.
I mean, it's medium, as much as I hate talking to you. The company that you work for, would they want interesting weapons? Like an obsidian sword?
They dabble in a lot of different things, so I don't see why
'Cause
not.
I mean, if you learn to keep your mouth shut and we arranged a deal so that you look high and mighty to your bosses, and you have one person who can manufacture these swords in a sparkling brand new smithy, feels like it could be a pretty good partnership, don't you think?
Yeah, that sounds great. I mean, what would I have to do?
Make the introduction.
Sure.
You're
Muted.
muted.
Drop them in places that look like they're old or something.
Oh, no, I was thinking that, like, we have the mold. You're trying to remake a smithy. So maybe you're the only one that knows how to make them. And all the business comes to you.
Right. Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm the brains here. So,
That's true.
small body, big brain. Big
You
body,
have a very
small
large head.
brain. Medium
That's how it works.
body, medium brain, I guess.
Big, medium, small.
Big, medium, small.
And medium.
Shut up, medium.
You're
Medium.
a moment
tangentially
here.
part of this at best. Don't get it over your head.
Oh, all right.
But hey, that's a good deal as Senior's offering. And it helps me out a lot, so...
Yeah, I can make the introductions. I mean, if you just go to Bander McVanderbilt, he's the guy that makes all of the deals around here.
Well, how about you go to Band of McVanderbilt and do some banter with him, and then let us know what the deal is there.
Banter with Bander McVanderbilt. Got it.
But in the meantime, let's say we get the hell out of this dumbass desert.
Yes.
Yeah, can I go grab my stuff real quick?
If you can find it, sure.
Oh, all right. Sure. It's probably this way.
Still in
And
confidence
we
with
will-
every step.
Fade out. Camera zooms back as the four of you continue to trudge back through the desert to the beginning of this ruin. And we'll flash to an epilogue. 5 years in the future. We go back to the city. The place where Victor's family smithy is. You have struck absolute gold with this business. You had all the starting up money you needed with a combination of the shards and the gems that you found in that ruin. You manage to buy back your family's shop from the loan sharks, and you manage to start up a small business. You had a couple trips back to the actual ruins and studied the makeup of that area, and over the years learned how to do what Gallium was doing, craft these swords that are themselves power. It has turned into an absolutely epic business, and the result that it has is the magic casters and their bearers are now more connected to each other than ever, because you can just imagine like this flame caster and a bearer with a hammer that constantly shoots fire that the caster is creating. It creates for some epic combinations. In fact, a coliseum for sport has been created because of it, creating some ripples in the community about whether or not that should happen. But that is just another source of income for you and your family at this point.
And of course, I would be sharing generously with my two best friends in the whole wide world.
Yes, two.
Yeah,
Which
two.
two?
Patrick and Senior, of course.
I
I have a bad memory. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Was there someone else?
I don't think so.
Medium's crying in the corner.
As we start this little bit of an epilogue, the scene opens into this beautiful shop. And I'll let Anthony, you describe this, what the shop in its highest form is going to look like.
Yeah, honestly, in its highest form, it's very reminiscent of the shop that his fathers Martin and Pilosh had. They kept it simple, but it was functional. And though the front might be a little bit shinier to attract people to come in, the inside is just a very functional metalworking shop. And he has like their old sign hanging up outside, which is like the only rustic exterior piece that exists.
And Senior and Thudrick, you had a meeting today, just for lunch with your old friend. What have you two been up to in the last 5 years? What happened to the rock, and how high has Senior risen in the ranks of the elite?
So high. I have an idea. If Thudrick, I would have suggested, as like money is coming in via Victor, like we gain a bit of status from that, and then like by like kind of strong arming Medium, like kind of creating like an adventurers guild thing that's specifically like it's doing what the node harvesters were doing, but like we're overseeing it so that any possibility of like another portal or anything like that is non-existent. So like the notes that we would have found, I rip them to shreds. Like I don't want anything to get out of like that there is like this other race of beings like me. Yeah. Oh, I wonder if actually maybe if I could like start planting other notes that talk about like a great deity that looks like me or something. Instead, like just like yeah, maybe like we like coordinate it. So like, okay, we'll send out like node harvesters, but we go first and plant a bunch of stuff and then leave.
Just don't touch anything else.
Yeah.
Sure.
And then like I'll make it seem as like we're a paired duo of like you're harvesting the node and I'm like the magician.
Yeah.
Like we were already
Do you
doing
ever-
it in that.
Yeah. Do you ever actually cast any magic?
I don't know.
Great. Okay, we think we're a node bearer and mage. We
Yeah.
are not.
No, it's not just you. The entire world thinks you're a node bearer and mage.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
pretty much, Victor's going to be the only singular person who knows anything different.
But I keep it to myself because I mostly forget anyways.
Yeah.
Thudrick, while you've been helping create this adventuring and node mining guild, I have to ask, what else have you been doing? And specifically, I'm interested in, are you still carrying the rock?
So, I mean, yeah, especially now that I think I'm so on board with what Senior's doing. I think Senior's a genius, and I will follow them to the ends of the earth, you know? So I'm just
Thank
helping
you.
them do whatever they're doing. And I think, yeah, absolutely, I still carry this rock because now I believe that I am powering Senior through this rock. This is my life's work, is to make sure that Senior can complete what they are setting out to do.
So as you two are walking down this now crowded street, it used to be no business whatsoever, but with the boom of Victor's metalworking shop, it has become this hub of trade. And as you're walking down this street, people are glancing at you, whispering to each other as you walk by. Straight up celebrity status as you stroll down this street towards your friend's shop to have lunch.
I just had a vision of this. You know how Kronk has like the little thing he carries that like Yzma like sits in? So it's kind of like we like get one of those, but it's like a platform. So I'm like kind of like sitting above your head on this like nice
Yep.
platform. Like
Chin out,
my
neck up.
clothes are like slightly fancier. Like I actually bought them at a shop, but then like distressed them myself, so they look a little grungy. So it's like still a bit of a fusion because I can't let go of my monster sensibility.
You two make it to the shop, and Victor, you're hard at work. You barely notice them come in.
I'm gonna like dismount from my perch and sneak over and just go and like jump on Victor's shoulders.
Okay, you can't do that. Come on now. You see, in 5 years, Victor has grown a bit of a beard. His hair is kind of graying at the sides, and he's wearing like a leather schmuck over top here. Kind of puts his hammer back into his pouch. Says, "But hey, it's good to see you too. Come here."
I feel like our group hugs are just like I like twine around someone's
Yeah.
neck.
I lift
Yep.
you off the ground.
Yeah, breathe twice. Dumbledore cannot breathe. Oh, it's good to see you. Hey, welcome. How you been?
Good.
Yeah,
They
I've heard great
found
things.
they found some notes saying some really interesting things about me.
Oh, did they? Yeah, I
And
bet
now
they found
everyone's
them
talking.
naturally.
Yes. Yes.
That's great. That's great. Hey, come here. I have a gift for both of you.
Presents.
Yes. And Victor will slide over a very, very large box that he definitely needs Thudrick's help to move, and then a smaller box next to it, and he'll pop open the big box, and it's a giant obsidian greatsword.
Whoa.
I told you I'd make it.
I kind of thought you'd forgotten. You forget a lot of things, Victor.
Hey, I said I'd never forget you two. All right, so that's yours. And
Wow.
Senior, I pop open, and there's a tiny obsidian dagger.
Oh, I grab it and start swinging it.
Whoa, careful now.
Yeah.
Fun fact, that little dagger is from the same shard that I broke off back in the desert 5 years ago.
Oh. Thank you, Victor. It's beautiful.
How'd you like it? Yeah.
Yeah, I might even use this over my rock sometimes.
That is high praise. Wow, okay. Oh,
I'll keep it on my back beside the rock.
wow. That's great, Thudrick. Thanks. Hey, y'all hungry?
Always.
Fantastic. My dads have been cooking up something upstairs, so yeah. I gave him specifications for what you like to eat, Senior. Hopefully it's okay.
Oh, they always do a good job. Papas!
And then I like run up the stairs because I have adopted them, whether or not they're interested in that arrangement at all.
Yeah.
And as
Hello,
the
fathers.
two of you walk up the stairs, following Senior, to have a quiet, simple lunch among friends, that's where we will end the one-shot Bearers, our first playtest of Sagas. This has been absolutely
Yay.
fantastic.
So
Oh,
fun.
so
So much
fun.
fun.
What a nice little
Wow.
group
Man.
of friends.
Yeah. They're all so weird and I love it.
No, now I'm sad that I don't have any more plans to do any more games in this world. Like, this was a one-off world. Like, I don't know any... This wasn't based on a book. This wasn't based on any official setting that I am aware of, at least. Nothing. This is it. This is the one time, unless someone else somewhere puts something together.
I
Well,
really
hey,
think
you can always
it's a
revisit
cool
it.
mechanic.
Yeah.
I like it. Especially because the ending there felt very much like a Wheel of Time, where there's like the caster and then the protector. So I
Yeah.
love that
Mhm.
like
Mm.
combo now. So
Yeah, I
cool.
can see this being expanded upon for sure.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
could be a book.
I know, I was
when
just
you're
thinking
talking
that,
about
I
this,
was
that's
like,
what I was
"Ooh."
saying.
Like, okay. I want to write it, but only from like Senior's perspective.
In the first person.
Yeah.
Everyone here is a bunch of swine.
All the fucked up little things that you say, I wonder how many fucked up little things you think that don't make it
Right.
out of your mouth.
Well, there's a lot.
Like, what gets caught in that filter?
Yeah. Is there even a filter? Who knows?
You wouldn't think so, but maybe there's a small one.
Yeah.
Well, this has been an absolute pleasure. It's been so much fun to play with you three. I want to do this again. Time sucks.
Yeah.
I just want to make this a campaign, but I don't think any
Yeah.
of us here can afford that. Thank you
Like,
Maybe
to
one day we'll
Crazy.
see us again.
yes, one day when we're all like 80.
Yeah. Seems right.
Thank you to the three of you, and a special thank you to all of our viewers. The ones that caught this live, I appreciate it. It really helps out the channel. The ones that are watching this as a VOD, also really appreciate it. Definitely helps the channel. I love seeing live stream view counts go up as more and more people experience these stories. I also have a couple of shout outs for the tools that I used for this. The first one is TTRPG Overlay. This is the overlay that I've used. I literally just dragged and dropped this thing into the streaming software. It was super easy. You can get it at ttrpgoverlay.com. And it is created, and these are designed by Jake from J&J Tabletop on YouTube. Good friend in the space that I have. He's super chill. Go support him and his work. It's amazing. The music for the bits that it was working. Oh, it looks like it's back, finally. Hey, the music's back. The bits that I and you, audience, were listening to, at least. All the music and ambience is done by Michael Gelfi Studios, which is on YouTube, totally free to use. Their library is enormous. If you have a setting and something that you want to play, they will have the ambience or music that you need for your game. So go check out that YouTube channel. These amazing animations. I know I saw your reactions to the lightning bolts at the beginning.
So cool.
That is done by the Kinamancer. He's got a YouTube channel, but what you should really check out is his website, thekinamancer.com. He is the guy, he's one of the people that makes the animated overlays for Alchemy Tabletop, VTT in development right now. But he also sells these animations separately, and that's what I've been using. It's literally so cheap. So if you stream TTRPGs, you need to go check out his stuff, because it's like $5 American for like 30 different animations or something. Fantastic, great deal. Go check out his stuff. And lastly but not least, the map we used today was by Balan. Oh shoot, I always get the pronunciation wrong. The map was by Balatro. They make some of the most beautiful phased battle maps I am aware of on the internet. So every map they make, I believe, comes with like 8 different variations. You can get a room filling with sand, a trash compactor slowly closing, and it's really fun to be able to change the map with what is actually happening in combat. So, to be honest, when I designed this whole thing, what I started with was I went to Balatro's page and I looked through what maps were the coolest, and I picked that one and then built everything else off of that, and it was amazing. It worked out super well. So go check out Balatro. Their Patreon is in the description of the stream/video that you're watching. I think that's it. So thank you all. Thank you again to this wonderful, very well-connected cast. I feel like we could just play for another 4 hours. Just keep going and going and going.
Thanks for having us, Dennis.
Yeah,
it was so fun.
A great system. Super fun to play.
Thank you. I worked really hard on it. Oh, that's right. The system. I've got to plug the reason we're doing this. We've been playtesting SAGAS, is the game. It released, the beta playtest released to the public yesterday. If you just start clicking on my stuff, you'll get there. There's so many different ways to get access to this thing. It's completely free. There's, in a couple days, there's going to be a link up on DriveThruRPG. Right now, most of the people that are playing this game get it from the SAGA's Discord server, which also has an invite in the description below. That's where we have been organizing. That's where we're having this call right now. So come join. The community is amazing, and it's growing very rapidly. SAGAS is still in development. This is not a finished game. But clearly it is playable, and you can have a fun time doing it in any setting. The next time you will be able to see SAGAS live is going to be on the 5th with the game called Pulse. The setting for that one is very, very different from this one. It is science, space, fantasy, where we're going to follow a crew that is going to investigate a signal that came from outer space 50 years ago and mutated the human race into looking different and having magical powers. They are going to investigate the origin of that through their tiny little spaceship. I'm very excited for it. It's going to be way different than this one, but it's going to be equally fun. I'm talking too much, I feel.
All good stuff.
Also, these lovely people play on Playtesting, right? You guys can probably plug that better than me at this point.
Yeah, we actually just took a kind of beginning of summer break, but we'll be back on July 9th. You can check out us on YouTube at Playtesting, as well as Twitter, and somewhere I'm sure there are links to the fact that we also have a Discord community there. Lots of the same people are on both, so it's overall just a great, awesome community, and we'd love for you to come join us. Yeah.
Thank you again to all of you. Thank you again to the audience for watching. And just remember that everything is going to be okay.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.